Finally, we are live.
We're back.
We're back.
We're in the right place.
I know. I posted a nice little message for everyone saying that we're going to be going live shortly. Well, shortly meant an hour and 15 minutes. Little did you know.
Hey.
Shortly means different to different people.
That's like 1.5 Johnny Gargano matches. So, you're welcome.
It's one Omega Okada match.
There you go. It's one Omega Okada match.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so guys, sorry for the technical difficulties. So this is coming late for the people who do view us on the live show. Sorry about that. If you also caught the 4-minute clusterfuck that was us trying to do fucking the remote show, which is crazy because we did like 3 solid months of these during the like initial run of the pandemic. Yes. But we couldn't fucking figure it out this time. So, it is what it fucking is. Anyway, guys, we're the Below the Belt Wrestling Show. Who are you? I'm
PoppaDawg. I popped my dog already. So I'm ready to go.
I'm Sam. And I got a new dog, which is why the fucking... it's crazy.
It goes full circle, folks.
Yes.
PoppaDawg to a real dog.
Yes. Anyway, boys, we're missing Brett tonight. You may notice there's one short man not with us.
Short man.
He's a short little man. There is a bottle of hand sanitizer in his chair, which is about the same size as his body.
You guys can probably see it. It kind of looks like one of the clone robots from Clone Wars.
Anyway, we're here to cover, like we usually do, Dynamite versus NXT, and the news and notes of what people are talking about in the wrestling world. Ryan, you've kind of taken it upon yourself lately to make that your segment. So what are people talking about?
People talking about COVID still.
That's the thing?
The second week of January, we're still talking about it. And
I haven't heard.
Drew McIntyre came out and said, hey, I have COVID. And finally, the WWE is allowing somebody to talk about it, which they got on Renee Young's case. They got on fucking, what was her name? Not Charlie, but the other one. The other interview lady.
Oh, Sarah Schreiber?
No, the other one.
I don't fucking know. They all blend together after a while.
Well, there's another one that tested positive for COVID twice. I'm trying to remember what her name is.
I don't know. So they got on their case for testing positive and announcing it?
Yeah. Remember? There was that whole shit that went on like, oh, Renee Young said it, now Renee Young's in the doghouse.
I sort of feel like that, fine, I don't care what fine, it's nobody's business. They don't have to announce it. I don't care. But I almost do feel like they caught a lot of flack for... Did you hear about the Greg Hamilton thing?
No.
So Greg Hamilton was on SmackDown, and he was visibly shaken. Like, literally was shaking. And just wasn't really there during his performance, his introductions. And he went on Twitter and, publicly, was like, I'm sorry, that was a shitty performance, blah, 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 blah. And then people asked him, well, what's up? Are you okay? And he said, well, I just found out, my fiance has COVID, and, I was very scared, and I didn't know what to do. And then a lot of people on the internet were, if you went on, Under the Thing, where basically everybody was like, dude, it's totally cool. It's wrestling, number one. 2, it's okay to be scared for your fiance.
Yeah.
And number 3, maybe they could have had someone else fucking do it. If you could be like, hey, he's shaking because he's fucking scared and he's having an issue, a personal life issue. We got 17 other fucking people here.
We have Mike Rowe, unless he's at Universal for the fucking 40th time this year with his fucking fiance. Because, that's the only place that cocksucker goes. Yeah. Whenever I go on his Instagram, it's him and his fiance or wife. I don't know what the fuck she is to him. At Universal.
Yeah, usually with Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
Lloyd says that was Caleb Braxton.
Yes, it was Kayla. Thank you.
Yeah. So, COVID's a thing. So, Drew's out at the Rumble, so that means there won't be Drew.
Well, he might be in still.
I guess he technically could be because it's
2 weeks here.
Yeah, so he could potentially make it, but he could potentially not.
Yeah, my whole thing is... How's his cardio going to be? How are his lungs going to be? How's his heart going to be?
It depends the severity of how he's reacting to it.
Because, speaking of COVID, Nick Jackson came out and said that he had COVID earlier last year.
Oh, I thought you were going to say now. I'm like, well,
no.
I mean, he was just standing in the ring with, like, every Bullet Club member touching fucking hands, so... Maybe...
COVID everywhere.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert. But, yeah, he came out on his Instagram, and he wrote a post in his story saying, man, I can't believe people still believe that COVID could be fake. Even though it's not as severe for other people, it's severe for some. And he's like, my aunt passed away from it, and she was in her 60s. He said he even had it, and he was off TV for like 2 weeks. And then when he came back, he said his cardio was still shot and shit. And he said he was lucky that, he's in a tag team, and he can hide most of that with Matt doing the leg work. And then him coming in, hot tag, tagging back out, catching his breath again.
Everyone I know that's had it has said that even like weeks after they test negative, they're pretty fucking like weak and winded.
Except for Jericho. Jericho came out and said that he had it in September. He said he didn't even know he had it.
He was never ever off TV.
He was for like 2 weeks.
When he went and played fucking the motorcycle show?
No, this was in September.
Oh.
That motorcycle show was like in May.
I was going to say, because he could be patient zero there then.
Well, Jericho in September tested positive.
Lloyd with the good comment here. But, just to be fair, you don't need good cardio for a Goldberg match.
True. But you want to...
In and out. 3 minutes, baby.
Want to kind of make Goldberg look good, you got to go at least 6 minutes.
Oh, he's going to make himself look bad. Don't worry.
But other than that, yeah, Jericho came out and said that he had it. And no symptoms, no signs. He didn't feel bad. He was breathing normal, no coughing, no fever. He just tested positive. And he's like, okay, I thought maybe it was a false negative. He did a second test.
False positive.
Positive again. And he did a third test just to make sure. Third test was positive. So... went home, didn't do anything, 2 weeks, 10 days, whatever the CDC had him do. Came back, tested negative. So he said what AEW does, instead of doing the fucking nose thing every fucking week, they do the blood test, where they like prick your finger, put the blood down, and then there's like 3 lines that can pop up. One saying, yeah, you have COVID. The next one saying, you had COVID, but you have the antibodies. Or you're asymptomatic. And then the third line is that you had it, but you have the antibodies. So he is now in the antibody stage, and he's like, please let me stay there. Because he's like, I don't want to get it again, just in case.
90 days you got.
Yep. He said 3 months, because on his podcast, he had this Dr. Patel from Toronto, one of the top doctors up there. And they were talking about COVID and what to expect and what to expect. And what they're doing with the doses, and how if 70% of the United States citizens get the vaccine, get the antibodies, everything can virtually open back up, because everything will start correcting itself after 70% have it.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that is neat to fucking find out.
Cool.
But, yeah, Drew, COVID.
So, Lloyd says Drew has came out and said that he's accepting the Goldberg's challenge, so I guess he's anticipating that he will be ready for it. Which, I think everybody was kind of like, oh, an out.
Yes.
We don't have to watch that? We can watch him destroy somebody else, so...
Well, my whole thing with it was, I was like, okay, they're probably going to just feed him somebody else. They'll probably feed him Keith Lee.
Which is early in Keith's career, you could probably be fine. It's not like he hasn't lost yet, so...
Yeah. And Keith goes into the Rumble later in the night,
wins it.
Has a good showing, or wins it. He is my pick this year. Yeah. If he goes in there, has a good showing, people will fucking forget about the Goldberg match. Yeah. Because Goldberg is pretty fucking forgettable.
Yep.
But it's WWE, and they don't do that.
Nope, that's what I said. I said in the chat, what would be like a really good, like, I think the best surprise entrant for the Rumble this year, since people thought they were getting him this year anyway? Carlito. People have been wanting Carlito back for years. He's consistent. He's only 41 or 2, so he can still wrestle a bit and actually could bring some validity. Hey, it's a star that was in the business when the business was big. I think that would probably happen, but I also said it's WWE, so they'll probably fucking shank it and bring back S.A. Rios instead.
And that's where the confusion happened in the group chat. I'm like, that is not fucking Carlito. I follow him on Instagram. Let me share you his page.
Yes.
But yeah, I agree. He could come back, be in there even like 10 minutes, and get eliminated by a big guy like Braun or something.
Just being back there, that pop would be big. Well, I mean, if there's crowd, but the home pop would be big.
Yeah.
The Twitter pop.
The piped in noise will be.
The Twitter pop would be big. Yeah. There'd be a lot of people talking.
Yes. Next up, Lacey and Ric Flair. They are continuing this angle from last Raw, where he cost Charlotte by tripping her.
How many young ladies has Rick been booked into a storyline with in the recent years? Because remember, he made out with Becky, which they want you to forget that. They do want you to forget that he also made out with Becky. Mm-hmm. So this ain't exactly like it's new fucking water we're treading here. We're just redoing the same shit we kind of did 3 years ago.
Yeah, you don't remember that.
And I'm sure Rick loves it.
Oh, yeah. Because Rick's back in the spotlight. He's on TV. He's getting paid. He's making a paycheck.
He's getting to make out with younger, attractive ladies.
Well, he's not making out. She's like kissing him on the cheek.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Well, he did. He full on made out with Becky.
Yeah. Well, people are saying, man, this is just the Tori Wilson, Dawn Marie thing all over again.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know how to feel about it. In one side, I'm like, you know what? It's a storyline. It obviously ain't fucking real, so who cares? It's kind of retreading, but honestly doesn't bother me one bit. It's a storyline. It's just like when people were bitching about the fucking Buddy Murphy storyline TV romance with the 19-year-old Rey Mysterio's daughter. It's a fucking show. Yeah. It's not real.
Well, the match was complete shit, though, between Charlotte and Lacey. I don't know if anybody can pull a good match out of Lacey.
I saw two when she first showed up in the Mae Young Classic, and those are the two that I thought she did good in.
Who'd she take on?
I think Miko and...
well, Miko's a legend. It was probably like a 6-minute match, if that.
I don't remember who the other one was, but I know one was Miko.
So it's probably all high spots.
For the most part.
But yeah, so he fucking... Charlotte went for the suplex from the outside in. He tripped her leg, held her foot down. Classic 1980s fucking manager tactic. Fucking totally just did that for FTR like 4 months ago. Other than that, other WWE news, Adam Pearce.
Oh, wait. Lloyd says also, remember in a recent storyline, they did a storyline with her husband and daughter last year. Lacey's, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And she doesn't have a kid. I shared that one meme. Like, but Vince, we already established that I have a husband and a daughter.
But that was when she was a face. Now she's a heel, so no.
He's like, no, I said you're horny for Ric Flair. You're horny for the old man.
Yeah, and if anyone follows you on any social media, we know that you're constantly with your husband and child. Also, you're a Marine. I don't get why you're... I kind of thought she worked better as a face, to be honest, than I thought. Why not build her as the American fucking...
Yeah, well, people hate America right now, so she's a heel.
I mean, John Cena got it over. And he wasn't even in the... Even though for a bunch of people still think he was in the military.
That's when America was over, okay?
But he
America was on top there.
He wasn't... He played a Marine in The Marine, but like...
So did Randy Orton in The Miz.
Oh, Randy's got... bigger problems with the Marines, you know, treason and fucking...
Yeah, going AWOL, not showing the fuck back up.
Yeah, and she's supposed to be a lady, too. Yeah, I don't know. I thought she was working better as a face when they were using her husband and her real-life serving of the country and her daughter. It just, to me, makes more sense as a face. But instead, as you put it, no, now you're horny for Ric Flair.
Yeah, you're horny for the old man, bitch. Other than that, Adam Pearce is getting a shot at the Royal Rumble for the Universal title. Yeah, it's the Universal title that Roman Reigns has.
All right, question.
So,
how do you feel about this? Because I didn't watch it happen because 2 reasons. I don't watch fucking the main roster unless it's a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate gauntlet matches, so I wasn't going to watch that for sure. But the internet collectively like shit their pants, and not like in a good way.
They went off for Naka.
They were super fucking angry that Adam Pearce won, and I don't know. I mean, I may be different here, but what are your thoughts on it?
Well, I know Adam Pearce from the independent circuit. Hell, he fucking performed right down the goddamn street from here. Mm-hmm. At the fucking, what was it before?
Let's call it the center.
Yeah, the Lincoln Center. It was called the Lincoln Center. I think it still is the Lincoln Center. Now it might be the town of Highlands Lincoln Center. Whatever. But yeah, he used to perform there with ROH. He used to perform there with IWA Mid-South. The dude has been around for quite some fucking time.
He was in ROH too, if I'm correct.
Jim Cornette was his manager for a while. He was also the NWA champion. Yeah, but during the era when the NWA title meant legitimately jack shit. Because I remember like 4 years ago when Billy Corgan was bringing it back, I shared a picture of that. And bro was like, who the fuck is that? And why is he holding it? It's a disgrace to the title. And Brett didn't know who the fuck he was. I'm like, it's Adam Pearce. He's like, who the fuck? What the fuck's it Adam Pearce?
The guy who's been playing part of the Authority for the last, I don't know how many years.
Oh, no. Well, at least the last year.
Yeah.
The last year he started really popping off with it.
But do you care? Do you care that they're going with this storyline?
I don't, because I think he's going to forfeit the match to somebody. I hope maybe he gives it to Nakamura. Maybe they turn it into a three-way match where he's not really even involved. And then maybe he gets involved, costs Roman, and then it's a whole thing between him and Roman for a while. I don't know what to expect out of it. It's definitely a fucking swerve, bro. But the internet was going nuts over Nakamura. Because Nakamura beat Daniel Bryan in the match. I forgot who else the fuck he beat in the match. But he beat some like legit guys to make it to the end. And then you get Adam Pearce. And then here comes Roman and friends to fucking cost them.
So here's my thoughts on it. Couple things. Number one, I'm sorry. Internet, you got to give up on Nakamura. It's done. It was done the minute he started punching people in the dick.
Yeah, it was done after he left NXT.
Yeah. I like Naka, but it's done. Let's move on. Number one, so you guys got to give up on that. I'm sorry.
Nakamura's amazing. We're not saying Nakamura's not a good wrestler.
But he's there to collect a check, and that's fine.
His steam is done.
Yeah. So give up on that. Number one. Number two, it's not like he lost by Adam Pearce fucking hitting his finish on him.
Yeah.
He fucking got jumped by a bunch of heels, and then they knocked Adam Pearce out too and made him... It's, to me, that's a storyline finish. I don't know if it's a good one, but it's a fucking finish. It's not like he fucking lost because Adam Pearce is just like all of a sudden like hulked up and like fucking took him out.
Yeah.
And if we do get Adam Pearce versus Roman, it will be different. I won't say that. I won't deny that. But different ain't bad. I mean, we get the same shit all the time from WWE. At least they're trying something different. Number one. Number two, probably won't even be him realistically.
Yeah.
He'll probably go out there, get his ass fucking kicked, and then maybe someone comes out, maybe Naka, maybe someone else, and then they have a match. Also, Adam Pearce can fucking go. So, like, even if it is going to be a match, I mean, I believe that Adam Pearce and Roman Reigns could put on a good match if they wanted to.
They'll at least give you a serviceable 7 minutes. If that's what they're going to go with. If they're going to go with Adam Pearce, yeah, he'll give you 7 good minutes.
Lloyd, who said that? Who said Twitter? Twitter said that people shouldn't sleep on him. I'm assuming you mean Pearce.
Yeah. I mean, like, the ROH fans, basically WWE is ROH from the late 2000s or late 2000s, early 2010s. Their whole entire roster, you can run it down. You got Daniel Bryan, you got Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Cesaro, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe. Nakamura was there for a while with the New Japan crossover. Mm-hmm. Adam Pearce. So they have a who's who.
All of fucking Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era. You got fucking T-Bar.
Yeah, good old T-Bar.
Good old T-Bar. We'll get into that in a minute.
Oh, wrestling's fun.
But, yeah, so I don't hate it. It's a little illogical. that Adam Pearce out of nowhere, because I don't even know if he had a gripe with anybody. It was just Paul Heyman saying, hey, you want your big shot? I got you in the gauntlet match later tonight. And Adam Pearce was like, what? I didn't ask for that. And Paul Heyman's like, no. He's like, I got you, buddy. And why is Paul Heyman able to fucking pull strings?
He's not the commissioner no more, so don't know.
Next up, to get off WWE for a minute, Dave Meltzer's 5-star bonanza to start off 2021. Wrestle Kingdom had like 5-star matches. He gave Omega vs. Phoenix 5 stars. So, I mean, you got 6 5-star matches already to start the year off. And we're not even 2 weeks in because it's only the 13th.
You know how many of those matches I'm going to watch? 1. I'm going to watch Omega and Phoenix. That's it.
If I get a copy of Wrestle Kingdom, I'll let you borrow it, because the matches he did rate 5 stars were actually really good matches.
Just save your money.
Well, I'm gonna buy it for myself,
Well,
regardless.
there, but you just keep that in your fucking house, okay? You just keep that in your fucking house. All right, I don't want it here.
Okay.
You give me a Steiner DVD. I like that. I'll watch the Steiners all day long, but I don't want to watch none of that shit.
But Dave, it's so there's kind of like a stench on Dave now, right? Where
like not the entire.
No, it's just now.
Just
okay?
every person in the wrestling business has hated him for
just recently.
40 years.
So, one of our friends of the show, Smalls from the Sunday Shoot, said on their last episode that since Dave Meltzer rants and raves about being the Elite and Dynamite, he's like, sometimes it makes it hard for him to go and watch it just because he doesn't care for Dave Meltzer. And I'm like, man. So this is like when somebody would bring somebody up to Vince again and again and again, and then Vince is like, oh, hey, do you know what? You're going to be the first one eliminated in that elimination chamber, buddy.
I get it. It's like when people, when a movie gets real popular, and that's like all people want to fucking talk about, and then you're like, I don't give a fuck. Even if it's a movie, like, I'll be honest, like, everyone loved the fucking Dark Knight, and that's fine. But I was so sick of hearing it by the time I fucking saw it that I was like, fuck this movie. Like, I don't care. Like, I hated it. Not because it's a bad movie. My least favorite of the Nolans, but whatever. After subsequent viewings, I was able to get rid of that taste out of my mouth. But if you just constantly hear from people that you're like, fuck off, like, I don't care, and all people ever fucking talk about after every goddamn pay-per-view is, what did Meltzer fucking rate it? It's like, he's a fucking bum. Why does it matter what he rates it? You can rate it whatever the fuck you want. We rate shit here all the time. No one cares.
Yeah, there's one big rating that I definitely don't agree with Meltzer, because he rated
5 stars, Lacey vs. Charlotte.
No. It was 4 stars for Santos Escobar and Grand Metalik. He gave that 4 stars. And I'm like, yeah, it wasn't a bad match. I just can't get behind either of those two guys anymore. No. There's like no steam for that title.
It means nothing for the title, and both those guys mean nothing in the grand scheme.
But, granted, I can get...
Yes, Dave Meltzer is a turd.
I can listen to Dave Meltzer talk about matches and explain why he likes matches, and most of the time I can agree with the breakdown of matches, and I get why people get pissed off sometimes when he says, oh, hey, this was the rumor backstage, and then 50% of the time it's true, the other 50% it's not true. So
I don't mind his reviews.
Yeah.
Because I can ignore a 5-star review.
Yeah.
I can ignore that. I don't like his bullshit journalism, but him rating a review or rating a match,
that's fine.
That's entirely him just saying it's an opinion. I may disagree with it. I may hate that people for some reason treat it like it's more than just his opinion, but I don't hate his reviews.
Yeah.
I hate everything else he does. Everything else he does I hate, but yes.
So I just think there's like a little bit of Dave Meltzer stench, especially right now in the pandemic era. There's no fans. Everybody's turning to online, and everyone's going down fucking podcasts after podcasts after podcasts. They're finding different people.
Yeah, and that's
two big people talk shit about Meltzer, or 3 big podcasters talk shit about Meltzer. One big guy, Tony, doesn't really have a problem with Meltzer.
Eric fucking hates him.
Eric hates him. Bruce hates him.
him.
Jim hates him.
Jim hates him. Jim actually. Well, let me phrase that. Jim used to be really good friends with him, and then last year, I forgot what he fucking said. He said something, and then he was like, "I'm done. I can't do it anymore."
Probably because he fucking spoke some truth about Ross and said, well, he seems like he's checked out. And JR probably didn't like that.
No, JR, he says.
Or are you talking about Cornette?
Cornette.
okay.
JR, I believe, also doesn't like Meltzer very much either, but yeah.
Well,
most people in the wrestling business, besides the ones that Meltzer seems to always love, which also might be wonder if they're the ones that also give him the fucking scoop, are the ones that like him, such as Ric fucking Flair.
Yeah, because I went back and I looked at every single 5-star match and above from 1983 when it started, and I sent it to Brett too.
What's up, Blosky?
And Brett said he was going to go through and look at it. From 83 to like 93, there weren't that many 5-star matches, but 5 of them had Ric Flair in it.
Blosky, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Adam is the hell of a guy, super nice, can talk to him about
Adam
wrestling.
Pierce.
Oh, Adam Pierce. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that sounds great. I mean, I would believe that 100%. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I get it. Like, there's Meltzer. Also, I think, like, Meltzer doesn't help himself. Like, or maybe he does because it gets people talking about him. But, like, he is, like, obviously, and that's, again, his opinion, so it's nothing wrong with it. But he always gives more fucking, and always has given better ratings to the Japanese style. And it's, like, because people are now, like, Meltzer's probably more popular now than ever because everybody, you either fucking love him or you fucking hate him.
And it's more accessible now.
Yeah.
More people can watch Japanese wrestling as opposed to before, you had to be a fucking tape trader.
Yeah, and you could just, and before you had to subscribe to his newsletter, and now you can just fucking subscribe to a Twitter feed and you're good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, I mean, I'll be honest, like, you know, when I hear, like, oh, New Japan got 4 fucking 5-star matches, that's when I'm like, I don't care because he always gives New Japan better reviews, and that's fine. I'm not saying that it's not better wrestling, but then there's times when he'll like just shit over something in WWE that I'm not going to say is a 5-star match, but like, was it really that bad? Like, I mean, come on, you could at least say that it was a serviceable, you know,
3 3/3.
Yeah, 2.5, yeah. But then you'll be like -6 stars. Okay, I thought it was just like a squash match. Sorry.
That's why I try my best to watch stuff before Meltzer ratings come out, before he can put his fucking stench on it, because I want to form my own opinion before the internet goes, well, Meltzer loved it, so I fucking hate it now. I'm never going to fucking watch it. But, yeah, so he went fucking 5-star bonanza. You went Oprah. He said, you get 5 stars, you get 5 stars, you get 5 stars. Yes. Oh, Salt Bay?
Yeah.
He's just sprinkling 5 stars. Next up, this was actually kind of cool. Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, I saw that. One of my favorite actors.
Yeah, apparently he enjoys wrestling. And like old school Texas world-class championship wrestling with, what's his name? General Akbar, or what's his name?
Sandor Akbar?
Sambar Akbar. And then who was the guy that he spit in his face? And then he got kicked out a second time. Anyways, he fucking threw something at Akbar. He got kicked out, snuck back in through a bathroom window, spit on another wrestler, got kicked out again.
Yeah, I mean, so that's pretty cool. This isn't surprising, though. I don't know. I think it was Hot Ones during his interview, one of his interviews on Hot Ones. I think it was that. It might have been something else. He is actually, I believe, he's frequently behind the scenes at WWE shows because I believe one of his kids is a super huge fan, and I forget, him and another celebrity, I think it might have been Jon Stewart, if I'm thinking correctly. But it was him and another celebrity are like very oftentimes, like multiple times a year, they show up at like Raw or SmackDown and shit, and mostly for their kids. But I think he said like he's like, yeah, I dig it, and I've always liked wrestling, you know. I mean, that's a dude who just likes everything, you know. He smokes a J and he's happy. So.
Yeah, and he basically said, yeah, if they wanted to throw me into a match, he's like, I wouldn't say no right away. He's like, I want to know exactly what was going on. See if I agreed with it.
50 though. But...
Oh yeah, he's probably early 50s. He's an older actor now.
Yeah, I mean, one of my faves, but yeah. I'm gonna look that up real fast. Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, what? We'll talk about celebrity involvement later. So, I mean, 51. I don't have a problem with celebrities getting involved. Like I said, if it's part of the spectacle and it just has some fun, and it's not new. It's been happening literally for fucking ever. Well, maybe not forever, but like it's been happening for the last 40 years, 30, 40 years.
To me, that sounds like an easy get for WrestleMania.
Oh, you can get a best Academy Award-winning fucking actor on your show who actually makes like $100 million movies.
Who understands your fucking sport or your entertainment, if you will, in WWE.
Yeah.
Where maybe all he has to do is just trip somebody or get up on the apron and distract them.
Give the world's worst fucking splash.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But I mean, it was already on WWE's website this morning too. I was like, holy shit, because I read about it on e-wrestling.
Versus Cardi B.
Oh.
That would be great, man. Money. Cardi B'd kick his fucking ass, I think.
You gotta get Cardi B versus Megan Thee Stallion.
I don't even know who these fucking people are, but sure.
But yeah, Matthew McConaughey, I dug the article, and I was like, that's really fucking neat that somebody of his stature also enjoys pro wrestling.
Yeah, very cool.
Up next, this is just going to be really quick. Triple H hates the Too Sweet Whoop Whoop chant. So, it's Impact Wrestling Week. Carl Anderson was doing an interview, and he was talking about Bullet Club and Too Sweet and WWE and how they were doing the gesture there and everybody was A-okay with them doing it. But once the fans started chanting, too sweet, clap, clap, too sweet, clap, whoop, clap, or too sweet, whoop, whoop, that's when they started to fucking hate it and they didn't really want them doing it anymore.
Except they reference it all the fucking time.
Yeah, now they do, yeah.
Whenever fucking Balor's anywhere near Adam Cole, there's always like them.
Or AJ Styles.
Versus when AJ fought Finn.
Yeah. Or when they were the Club, remember that?
Yeah.
When WWE tried to jack the Bullet Club first?
Well, I mean, so, like, not to get ahead of spoilers here, but, like, obviously, what the fuck, you've seen it, or at least know of it.
It's the most talked about thing in wrestling this week.
So, the Too Sweet fucking wolf pack thing, people fucking freak out way too much about this. So, like, WWE, like, trademarked it and put a cease and desist on the Young Bucks.
But did they now?
Yeah, now people are saying that the Young Bucks might have faked it all and made it so it just made, like, they're the bad guys. Like, so now, yeah, at the end of Dynamite, all of, the reformed Bullet Club throw up the old Too Sweet, and it's like, I don't really know if you can fucking trademark this anyway. This is...
It's a hand gesture.
I mean... It's a hand gesture, but you can, because DDP fucking sues everybody who does anything close to this. He sued 303 because that is too close to that. Yeah. But, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's pretty close to devil horns. Are you going to sue every fucking metal band out there? Like, I mean, like...
Well, and then here's the thing. So, on Dave LaGreca's show, Busted Open, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson were on there.
AEW lying to their fans? Nah.
Well, that was long before AEW, bro.
Yeah, that was back.
That was ROH days when Cody first got there and they stormed. And everyone was like, Cody for president.
Yeah, that was pre that. Yeah, that's back when they were using the submission finish, the double submission finish.
Yeah.
Cease and desist.
Yeah. So that was well before AEW.
Yeah.
But Luke Gallows said they went online to see if Bullet Club was trademarked. And, like, legit 3 weeks before they looked, New Japan beat them to it because they tried to do it on some trademark website and they ended up just fucking wasting money because it was a bullshit website and they didn't know that they needed a trademark lawyer. But as soon as they found that out, they just started trademarking everything. So they do have BizCliz trademarked. And the BizCliz also use that symbol. So I wonder if they can get away using it since there's a trademark for BizCliz and it's Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Maybe they have some sort of stake in it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Go back to it, Blosky said like WWE kind of always gets their panties in a twist. He said they remember when they got pissed off when people say this match is scheduled for one fall. Yeah. I almost wonder if their worry is that the what chant got so goddamn annoying, and to this day is possibly the most annoying thing that has happened in my lifetime of wrestling.
It's still one of the best chants ever, though. To me, I love it.
Oh no, see, I love it when Austin did it.
Yeah.
And I love it when people did it during Austin promos. But now the crowd is fucking predispositioned to anytime someone does a promo and does a pause, which is like a super important part of good promos is the pause, the silence that you let sit there. And now every time someone does it, you got fucking assholes going, what?
Well, maybe let people learn how to do promos instead of WWE style promos where they don't pause at the same fucking cadence every time. And you let people naturally do it and pause naturally before they continue.
They'd still do it.
Their timing would be off.
It ain't fucking hard when you go, oh, you ain't talking now. What? Like, it's not like it's fucking brain science.
No, but it takes a second to click when you're like, dot, 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 what? Dot, 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 what? Now, if you go dot, 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 dot.
Dot dark.
So, I think there's a cadence to it.
Yeah, it says... I don't know. I mean, there's a cadence, but it all depends. I thought that I'm just trying to give a fucking little bit of a reasoning why maybe they're a little bit annoyed with it.
But yeah, WWE hates chants. Let's just end on that note.
Just a quick thing here, because I don't think anyone really is going to be like, oh, spoiler. Pillman Jr. pulling a Rick Rude tonight. He's on both MLW and AEW at the exact same time. So... yeah. That's cool. I mean, MLW is just a YouTube show, so it's kind of the equivalent of like if he showed up in our fucking show. It really doesn't make that much of a difference. I like MLW. Don't get me wrong. I watch it maybe like 4 or 5 times a year.
It was like NWA. NWA said, yeah, no, we're cutting ties with you. Go be on AEW. You're on there too much. Yeah. Raw ratings are back down to 1.8 million. Surprise, surprise. They go from 2.2 last week with the Legends, already back down. I think it was like a drop of like 14% in just 1 week.
Of course.
It's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous drop off, though.
Well, because, first of all, you had a Legends night, but you didn't really bring back any real, like, you brought back Legends, but you brought back the same fucking people who show up 7 times a year anyway. Rick's on at least 10 episodes a year.
Rick's like a regular character now. Yeah.
And I don't care. I like Rick. I want him on TV. But he's on TV all the time.
And then you have Randy Orton just fucking burying everybody.
Yeah. Randy Orton can do whatever he wants. I love Randy Orton. Like Hogan, sure. Hogan only shows up. I think the last time he showed up was for Mean Gene's memorial. So, I mean, that's a big one. But I also... you didn't give him anything to do. He just stood there and talked about nothing for 5 minutes. Like
said brother for about 3 minutes straight. And that was about it.
You got the biggest star in the fucking world, and you're like, what do we do with him? Just
go.
Tie a potato on a string and just drag it out there and just fucking just
South Boston.
He'll do something. Like, give him something to do. He's Hulk fucking Hogan.
Might as well tie a potato to a string and drag it through South Boston and say thanks for coming out.
Like, what the fuck? You have the man who literally American wrestling's back was built on, and you're like, I don't know what to do with him. Just
go say what you're gonna do. Don't screw up the city that we're in.
And,
even though it won't matter anyways, it's screens and we're telling them when to cheer and when to boo. Which, by the way, that's another thing. Apparently, on your screen when you're watching it, I've never been a part of the fucking Thundercock Dome, whatever the hell it is.
Me neither.
But they tell you when to cheer and when to boo, and if you're not cheering or booing when they want you to, or if you're cheering when they tell you to boo, they boot you off.
I mean, that's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. I mean, you would kick the entire city of Chicago and Philadelphia off every time, then.
Oh, yeah.
We like heels in those cities, so like, what do you want to do?
Or we respect the good workers in the business.
I know, but traditionally Chicago and Philly are heel towns.
Yeah. SI's top 10 of 2020.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fucking good. By the way, here, some comments here. Oh, I still have puppy treats in my pocket. You hungry?
Yeah.
Drew probably killed half the legends. Oh, with this COVID. How do you even get on that? I don't know. All right. Well, anyway, yeah, let's talk about SI's fucking top 20 or top 10. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I didn't think it was a horrible list.
It's a fucking weird list. I will say that. I don't hate it, but I hate a lot of the order is fucking weird.
We all had Sasha at number 1.
No, we all had Bailey at number 1. Literally.
So I had Sasha at 2, that's right.
Yeah, we literally all had Bailey at 1.
That's right. All right, fair enough. So they switch 1 and 6 on us, okay?
Okay, just go through the list because it's fucking nuts.
Number 10, Eddie Kingston,
How?
AEW.
Why? Love Eddie. My favorite thing about AEW right now, but like, how did he have the 10th best fucking year in wrestling?
Who knew about Eddie Kingston besides diehard fans? Mm-hmm. Now he's on a major television show, cutting some of the best promos that they cut on that goddamn program.
Yep.
He had one of the best matches versus fucking Cody this year. Before the thumbtack spot, everyone says. I enjoyed the match thoroughly. His shit with Moxley was entertaining, whether you liked it or not. The I Quit match, yeah, did it get kind of garbage wrestling, hardcore wrestling?
He shouldn't have quit.
It's an I Quit match.
But he shouldn't have quit. He's fucking Eddie Kingston, and he's a new. Same thing they always do. Set up a big heel, kill him immediately.
Well, I think Eddie can bounce back
Okay,
from it, though.
Eddie's a great talker,
Yeah.
but again, it was the same thing they always do. Set up a big heel, now cut his dick off. Yeah. Like,
well, I think Eddie will do fine. Number 9, Roman Reigns.
how he's not higher on this list, I don't fucking understand.
He was gone for 6 months.
Eddie Kingston was on TV for 4.
A little bit longer than that.
Okay, he was on TV, had his fucking match, left for a month, then came back when they signed him.
And Eddie's below Roman, so let's not complain about things.
Oh, okay, let's talk about... We're going to use Roman as the fucking standard here, because Roman...
Okay, Cornette.
Yeah, well, I'm
Cornette
sorry.
Did it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but he's fucking right.
He's not right.
Yes, he is. Roman deserves to be higher. Let's get to number 8.
Kota Ibushi.
Fine. He fucking won the double title. I mean,
won the G1.
They did. The company literally wasn't running shows for most of the year.
Yeah, for 3 months they didn't, and then they came back. Kota had a really good year.
I'll give you Kota. That's fine. I like Kota Ibushi. Great wrestler. Deserves it. I'm fine with it. But I'll give you that. Fine. Maybe if you prefer Japanese wrestling to American, you can put him over Roman. I'll accept that.
Number 7, Io Shirai. I understand it.
Sure.
Became the NXT Women's Champion. Before that, had a good feud with Candice.
Yes. And here's again where I'm going to say, but she shouldn't be above Roman. I like Io Shirai. She's great. She has no character because she can't speak English, so she has no character work. It's all just in-ring, and her in-ring work is great, and I like her. And she's
a sad emo girl, Japanese girl.
That's fine. And
I get that from her entrance and from her body language.
Cool, that's great. But my point is that she was the women's champion on the third rate, the third lowest rated brand.
On WWE's best products.
I agree, but on the third lowest rated brand, and the wrestling is mostly about how many eyeballs you can draw, and Roman draws more eyeballs than her, and he's the fucking most important champ that they have, ostensibly, and for the first time in his whole fucking career as a solo star is over. I'm sorry. Swap them two at the very least.
Number 6, Bayley.
I already said we all agreed. It's the first time in the history of this show that we all agreed on who the best wrestler, who had the best 2020. We all agreed Bayley. Yeah.
Number 5.
By the way, if you haven't watched her fucking Stone Cold interview,
the only thing I saw was the one in Ding Dong.
Yeah, it was quite good to get to see her talk about how her shit and how she got into the business, and this is pretty cool. She was good.
I will definitely check it out. Number 5.
Agreed, Lloyd. Yes.
Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
I
definitely
100%
definitely had a better fucking year than Roman Reigns.
He did.
He won the title at the ass end of it, and before that didn't do fucking dick. But all right, he's fucking better.
Well, he held the tag team titles. Great tag team run. Didn't lose a singles match the whole entire year. Won the world title eliminator tournament.
Oh, he won.
He won the title.
He won the tournament of the company he books
He
for?
beat the number 2 guy on this list, who was previously unbeaten in the whole entire federation.
He had fucking terrible choice. I'm fine. Squeak him in at number 10, maybe number 9. But you can't be like, oh, he had a great year. He's the AEW fucking champion. He held it for 3 weeks of fucking 2020?
Kenny Omega, baby.
Fuck him.
Impact. Showing up on Impact.
I mean, that's great. I like Impact. But you and I could fucking show up on Impact if we really fucking wanted to, probably.
Maybe.
We fucking mass transit that shit and just say we fucking worked before. We're good.
Yeah. Number 4, Tetsuya Naito.
I can't really speak to it because I don't watch New Japan anymore. I used to like Naito.
Well,
I feel like he was losing his steam though when I last stopped watching.
Well, at the start of 2020, he became the
double champ,
the second double champ. And then he lost to Evil, and then he beat Evil again, regaining both titles.
Well, Conan's fucking smart, Lloyd.
Held it all the way until Wrestle Kingdom at the beginning of this year. So yeah, I can see why Naito's on there.
Fair enough.
Number 3, Drew McIntyre. Understandable. He's had the title since Mania, except for where he donkeyed it to fucking Randy for 2 weeks.
That was stupid.
Fucking, yeah, retarded.
I mean, Drew, I can't deny. To me, I think Drew's the best fucking guy they have on the male roster, top to bottom, to be honest. I mean, he's a star. He's a fucking star. I would put him at number 2, personally.
Yeah, him over Adam Cole?
Star power? Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Drew is a much more marketable star than Adam Cole, hence why Adam Cole has been in NXT. I love Adam Cole, but
well, I feel like if we had fans back, Adam Cole would have been on the main roster by now. Because the fans love Adam Cole. And they love a good chant, which apparently the WWE hates.
I don't know. I do feel like they're keeping him in. Triple H is keeping him. He's trying to do what he did to Asuka. Keep her as long as he possibly can before Vince is like, you.
Yeah. And Vince probably doesn't necessarily want Adam.
Because he's small.
Yeah, because of his size. But there's enough steam behind him. He's going to say, yeah, give me him. Yeah, let me use him for a month and then ruin his career. Yes. We shit on AEW for fucking hot-shotting, bringing people in. Vince does it to his own fucking company.
Well, at least they get a good couple years in NXT before it happens. AEW gives it a good 2-3 weeks before it happens.
Well, they have a good run on the independents, and then they come in.
Having a good run on the independents is having like a good run at fucking the grocery store. It's fucking great. Like, you know.
Except for Margaret Sweet. It's a hell of a show. Number 2, Jon Moxley. Completely understand. Champion since the end of February, winning at Revolution on February 29th. Lethal leap year.
I can't argue it.
Beat Jericho.
I would put him at number 3, but I can't argue it.
I feel like he has better promos than Drew, so that's where I would niche him.
See, I feel like they both had the same problem. Is that they're face champions with no crowd, and that's fucking rough. You can be a heel champion with no crowd, also tough, but it's easier to go out there and be a dick with no reaction than it is to go out there and be the hero with no reaction. True. I think so. I think they both suffered from the same thing this year.
And then number 1, Sasha Banks, the boss. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it, but I honestly wouldn't have put her on my list. Because while the same reason we picked Bayley as our favorite, and why I picked Bayley as the best of the best 2020, is that while yes, her and Banks together were holding SmackDown and Raw. I mean, they were on every fucking show.
The highest rated stuff on YouTube.
Yep, the highest rated segments, the most entertaining shit. She played second banana for most of 2020 to Bayley. And then she, again, kind of like fucking Omega, wins the title right at the ass end of it.
Well, no, she won it in like August. I thought she won it at SummerSlam.
I don't think so. It feels like it wasn't that long ago.
Because Bayley went on like a 3-month like losing streak where she didn't win a match, and then they booked her in a segment with fucking Bianca Belair, and everyone's like, "Oh, all right, Bianca Belair is going to go over, beat a credible champion."
But I feel like she had done much since she won the title.
She beat like Carmella.
Oh yeah, she gave Carmella. Carmella's probably best match ever.
Yeah, and then
But again,
who the fuck before that? She took on. I think she defended it against Bailey, beat Bailey a second time. I think maybe she even took on Lacey Evans when she was on SmackDown. But yeah, she had a good 2020. Did she deserve number one? Tomato, tomato. Anybody on this list, you could substitute, put him at 1. Except for maybe Eddie. Eddie, right there at 10. No higher.
I mean, I would, but you know my feelings on Omega right now. But yeah. Interesting list.
And it's Sports
I don't
Illustrated.
quite like that list, though. Not because of even who was picked, but it's not like how PWI does it, where like there's voting and there's other shit, and there's like a committee of people trying to pick. That's literally just one guy picking. Like, I mean, that'd be like if you and I wrote for Sports Illustrated, and you know, imagine that. Oh Jesus, for you,
we give our
AEW.
Oh,
I give Tony Khan the number 1 spot in pro wrestling.
Yes, you had the best year. No, I could be. I'm pretty biased.
You know what I mean, though. Your list probably would have been different.
Just because I fucking really enjoy Kenny Omega doesn't mean I would put him at number 1. Did I put him at number 1 on our show?
No. I think you put him pretty high, though.
He was in my top 5, but he wasn't my number 1.
Oh, good.
I could have fucking homered it and said, "Oh yeah, Kenny Omega number 1."
I thought you were gonna say fucking Tony Khan.
Hey, had a pretty good year. Except for football. Both styles.
Yeah, except for every other sport that he fucking runs.
Yes.
Hey, but enjoy Trevor Lawrence. You earned it, bud. You earned it this year.
Hey, to be honest, I might go fucking Devontae, what's his fucking name?
Yeah, that's fine.
Devontae Smith from
We're
Alabama.
not going to talk football, but I would take Trevor Lawrence. Gotta get Gardner Minshew the fuck out of there.
True. Next up, Fireballs.
Fireballs. They're hot. They're hot right now.
Burning Hammers.
It was a good fireball. I actually like the fireball.
Yeah.
Good effect. Because sometimes, the fireball looks... You can do a good fireball. You can do a bad fireball. It was a good fireball. I liked it.
Yeah, Triple H, Randy Orton were going at it for the
It was better in the book.
200th time, yeah.
It was better in the book.
And Triple H lights a sledgehammer on fire. The lights go out. All of a sudden, Alexa Bliss is now in the ring. She fucking shoots a fireball at Randy, hits him in the face. His face isn't even mangled. And he's just down on the ground rolling
How
around.
would you want him to mangle his face?
They got a makeup department. Raw ain't fucking live. You can fucking bring him back out to the ring.
Okay, but probably the best fireball ever when Cornette threw it in fucking Beautiful Bobby's face. All he did was do this, is cover his pretend because what are you gonna do? Like fucking sit there and draw shit on his face? Like,
personally, my favorite fireball. Well, I'll go one and two. One, they both involve Hulk Hogan. The first one is when Harvey Whippleman fucking posed as like a Japanese photographer and threw a fucking flashbang in his face at King of the Ring '93. And then the other one was him versus Sergeant Slaughter in a boot camp match, our Desert Storm match, where he pulled it out of his boot and threw it in fucking Slaughter's face.
I mean, that's fine. I thought the Cornette one was better. It's more realistic and as realistic as you can get with a fireball.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah. I honestly didn't hate it. I mean, they're doing whatever they can to try and keep it as entertaining as possible.
And at a PG level still.
Yeah.
Without going overboard.
Especially when it's obviously a Fiend segment. When he's not there, you kind of can give that it's like an Undertaker segment. You can give suspension of disbelief on that dumbass shit. It's ridiculous and it's insane, but I'll take it over Shayna or Abaddon biting people in the fucking neck. Take that 100%.
Yes, 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. A lot of vampire bitches these days.
We'll touch on this real quick because I don't really know the full gist of it. But in 13 days, so it's on a Tuesday, it's called Superstar Spectacular or Spectacular Superstar. It's supposed to maybe be the beginning of WWE NXT India, where it's going to feature a bunch of Indian wrestlers.
Which I guess Jeff Jarrett has already been confirmed. He's moved positions in the company, and it's believed he's gonna be the head of NXT India over there, and I guess partly because he actually had a lot of connections when he was running TNA.
Yeah, TNA tried to move in.
Yeah, so he already has some connections there, and kind of gets what they like because he's been there, and no other wrestling company's really ever been there before. So I think that's a smart move. Fuck it.
Yeah, I don't really know too much. I know Jinder Mahal's coming back. First time since his knee surgery.
You think he's going to go to that brand?
Well, they said he's going to be on the show, so
maybe start it off. Khali will probably make an appearance. Well, he's the only Indian wrestling school until NXT gets there. Obviously, they're going to set up shop. But I think the only wrestling school in India is ran by Khali. So I'm sure 70% of that roster is going to be Khali's boys. So, yeah.
That former NXT team's going to be on there.
The one that fucking ruined the Keith Lee match?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then a bunch of other Indian wrestlers. I have no fucking clue who else they are.
I'll probably watch the first episode. I just don't care. Not because it's an Indian wrestling show. It's just...
No, but it's going to have American wrestlers on it. Like, Charlotte's going to be on it. Rick's going to be on it. They said MVP's going to be on it.
Well, I'll watch that for sure.
I just don't know the full rundown. It legitimately, news came out like an
Is it going to be a
ago.
super show, or is it going to be... Is this the start of the India NXT or whatever they're going to call it?
It might be a trial run.
Yeah.
But it's going to be on USA, I believe, or on the network. Either way, it's January 26th, so it's the week of the Rumble, but it's that Tuesday.
Fuck it. I don't care either way. I think that's very cool.
Yeah.
I really wish, I'm assuming, I don't know what the fucking rules are over there and how COVID is over there. For Indian fans who are rabid wrestling fans and they've never really had any company really ever cater to them outside of TNA for a little bit, I think that's fucking awesome. I want to see it just for the crowd reaction. They're going to be fucking nuts. Like, if think about it. If you've been watching wrestling your whole fucking life, you've never seen a show and not because you didn't go, but because you physically couldn't see one, you're going to be fucking going banana. You're going to be going banana.
I remember in '96 they went over there for some fucking cup tournament. Forgot what the fuck what the name of the cup was. Maybe the Dubai Cup or some shit. But Bret Hart actually came off of his sabbatical after WrestleMania 12, and that was the first time he ever locked horns with Austin.
That's a bummer. I hope that's not true, Lloyd. Lloyd says, from what he read, they're going to record the India shows at the CWC, which is like...
Yeah, it's going to happen in Florida, because the travel ban...
Then what's the point? Just wait till you can do it in India.
Because,
otherwise it's just a fucking big WWE show.
Let's talk about how WWE's hot-shotting this, huh?
The India show?
Yeah.
Well, they're not having the first show for their Indian fans in India?
Yeah,
seems kind of dumb.
Seems like they're hot-shotting it to me.
Seems like that mildly offends me because I really think that would be cool. Imagine you're a fucking kid in India and you're like, I'm finally going to get to watch WWE superstars in my fucking town.
It's going to come on at their time?
Fucking great! The network exists. Who gives a shit? You can watch anything whenever you want.
8 p.m. IST.
That's fucking dumb.
India
That is
Standard
so
Time,
fucking dumb.
India Standard Time?
Why? Just wait and do it when you can actually service the fan base you're trying to service. Otherwise, it's the same thing as them watching Raw. They're going to watch it from another fucking country. Oh, that's dumb.
Especially since you're going to have American stars on the show.
I have no problem with American stars on the show. Elevate the fucking product. Maybe people from America will watch it. But Jesus Christ, if it's the Indian show, what is different about this than every other goddamn show that you're presenting?
Yeah.
That's fucking dumb. That pisses me off. Fucking idiots.
It happens. All right. Last news and notes before we get into fucking New Year's Evil here.
I have one that I'd like to say. It's a quick one.
Go ahead.
And I'm not going to get into anything that Brett was getting into. I would just like to point out, if you are someone who was very moved by the Brody, was moved, whatever way about Brody Lee's passing, Luke Harper's passing, WWE just put up a 3.5 hour long tribute video. Strongly recommend it. It's his best matches as picked by his peers, and all the matches are fucking good. I actually watched all of them. It was great. And it is every person involved with those matches is talked to. Like even Redbeard's on there.
Probably Big E.
Big E, all of the New Day. Bray Wyatt's first appearance since being murdered. I think they were like, we gotta have Bray fucking talk. Good shit. If you really like it, the one that moved me the most, if you actually want to see Randy Orton cry, I don't know if it didn't bother me. It's Randy Orton. He was obviously, if you've listened to him, he was very close with Luke. Good shit. I would recommend it. And if you don't want to watch the full thing, 3.5 hours, they have an option to where you can just skip to the actual, like, the shoot interviews if you just want to see the people talk about it. So I would recommend that.
And here's my thing. The internet was an uproar over how he was being celebrated. And I can see it from both sides of the fence where there's people in your company that were like his best friends and were really close to him. And they thought that, just flashing a thing saying R.I.P. John Harper or Huber, a.k.a. Luke Harper, maybe they felt like that didn't do him enough justice.
But it was literally reported the next day that, like, they're filming shit. Wait, it's coming out.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
like,
and that's the thing. So hopefully those guys, the actual wrestlers in the company, because I think that's what kind of did like a snowball effect. And fans were like, well, they're upset, we're upset. And it's just a trickle down economic effect. But, yeah. I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it. I know it's on the network. It's the first thing. As soon as you go to the network, it's right there at the top. I gotta watch it.
I will still hold down. Best match of Brody's career, Luke's career, him and Randy Orton at Elimination Chamber. Watched it again on that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Fucking holds up. Holds up real good.
I thought him Ziggler ladder match for the IC title.
That was on there.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
That was on there. The TLC. I'm sorry. The tables match with the ECW Legends was on there.
Oh, on the Monday Night Raw.
I think it was at TLC when it was him and the Wyatts.
Maybe
the Wyatts with Braun.
Yeah, Braun just debuted. I think that was Raw.
I think it was TLC, but I could be wrong. Whatever. It was them versus Rhino.
Tommy Dreamer, the Dudley Boys.
Yeah. Good shit. Good shit. It was much better than I actually remembered that being. Anyway, good stuff. Check it out.
All right. Last news and notes. Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic was announced, and they released the bracket today before
NXT.
Yeah, before NXT's episode tonight.
And I have no idea about any of this minus the surprise group, which, surprise,
Internet spoils.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah. So, in Bracket A, I'll call him Bracket A, you got Cole and Strong versus Breezango.
I wonder who's going over on that one.
Cole and Strong. You got Nice and Daivari versus Adonis and Troy. That one's a toss-up.
Because who cares?
It'll probably be Adonis and Troy. And then they'll have a decent match with Cole and Strong and a little bit of a rub.
I think they like Adonis. So, yeah.
Then after that, you got Kushida and Ruff versus Gargano and Theory. Gargano and Theory will probably win that one.
Yep.
You got Evan Rice
versus
the Grizzled Young Vets.
Grizzled fucking Young Vets.
Grizzled Young Vets will win. Well, then maybe Gargano and Theory don't win. Do you really put two heel teams up against each other?
It's a tournament. You can do that. Not in the finals, but you can do it in the lead up.
Bracket B. You got MSK, who we found out who they were. We got.
Do you want? I mean, well, I guess we shouldn't. Well, no, fuck it. Already aired. So
yeah.
All right.
It's the Rascal.
It's the Rascal. So they're going as MSK.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that fucking means.
Me neither.
But we'll find out. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I love the Rascals. Here for it. Yeah.
Taking on Swerve and Atlas. What a fucking hodgepodge team that is. They've just been going back and forth. So you know they're going to lose.
Yeah, they're going to get along real well. And by the way, they both sort of suck right now.
Yeah. Maybe if you would have put Swerve with Adonis, I would have liked that team.
I would have liked that better.
Maverick and Dave.
Wait. Lloyd, please tell me that's not their names. Fucking Lloyd.
I don't even want to know because I'm going to watch it probably later tonight or tomorrow.
You want to know their names? It doesn't change who they are. It's not like you're not going to be like, that's Zachary.
Well, I want to get pissed off on my own.
All right, Lloyd, just confirm in the chat because Ryan can't see the chat. He's blind. Is that really their fucking names? Anyway, continue.
Was it like Oscar and Steve?
It's pretty generic fucking bullshit is what it is. But yeah.
Either
God
way.
damn it.
The next match.
Hey, in the chat, can you confirm which is which? Just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity.
The next match is Maverick and Killian Dane versus Stallion and Gray. It's WWE, so Stallion and Gray will probably go over. Or not Stallion and Gray, but Maverick and Dane. The reluctant big guy, small guy.
But
team.
I mean, they're obviously bigger names, and that they should go over. Yeah,
they should. But from looking at this side of the bracket, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't go Stallion and Gray to the Final Four versus Del Fantasma. But we'll get to that in a minute. After that, we got Imperium and Lucha House Party. Probably Lucha House Party. And then you got Phantasma Boys versus the Bollywood Boys.
The Bollywood Boys are back?
Yeah.
Hey, fuck yeah. The Bollywood Boys can go when they are. And by the way, they were great little fucking shit heels for Jinder and his run. I like the Bollywood Boys, and they can go. So, yeah. So I think it might be hard for them to reestablish themselves as a real tag team, though.
So if I'm bringing this down, my Final Four would probably be Cole Strong versus Grizzly Young Vets. And then Stallion Gray versus Del Fantasma.
Why isn't Gallus in this shit?
Because they're probably over in the UK.
Yeah,
because I think the travel ban is lifted on the 26th, where you can come back over as long as you test negative, but you have to show that you tested negative before you fly. Which, I mean, should start hopefully opening back up some
Question
shit.
for you.
What's up?
If you could just pick based on the people in this list, who would you pick to win? I already know 100% who I'd pick.
Oh, I would go Grizzly Young Vets.
100% would go Grizzly Young Vets. First of all, establish a heel team or any team. Establish some fucking team. I'm tired of like when Finn and Joe won it. It was like cool. You did nothing for the tag division, but they didn't need you then because tag division was fucking awesome then.
Yeah.
Like you need to start establishing your tag teams. And right now, the best one you got's over in fucking England. I'm sorry, Gallus is the best fucking tag team they got right now.
Yeah, which one A one B? I prefer the Grizzly Young Vets over him, but Gallus is awesome.
That's fair.
They are a good team.
I would say that they're the two best teams. But if it's the only one that can get here in the States right now, start building them up, and then maybe eventually, because let's be honest, we all know they just build fucking people up in NXT UK and then boot them over to fucking NXT when they realize, oh, this is the good shit. Yeah. Gallus is coming to NXT, and it's coming, I think, as soon as that fucking boat allows them to come over. They're fucking awesome.
I think the Cinderella team is. I really think it's going to be Stallion and Gray, just because Stallion is challenging for the cruiserweight title, and he has beef with El Phantasmo, and El Phantasmo's boys are in the tournament. It makes logical sense for them to butt heads and go at it, and then it doesn't hurt if Stallion and Gray lose.
What's up, Ben? Good morning.
In the Final Four, and El Phantasma make it to the finals. Since they're kind of an established team on NXT already, and then you have Grizzly Young Vets go up against them in the finals, and you're trying to get them to beat an established team already in America.
Lloyd brings up a good point, I think, here. He says he thinks Undisputed are going to win so that they can face Lorcan and Birch for the titles. That could also easily happen, too. Because
it's the fucking same thing we've seen for 3 years.
It could happen. I'm not saying it couldn't. Hey, MJF's won that motherfucking ring twice. He's only got one more year to fucking tag him.
He's going to win it every year. But no.
By the way, big news, too. They've announced they're going to do a women's Dusty Cup.
Yes.
Which now, is the women's Dusty Classic also going to be a tag team?
Yeah.
Here for it. So here for it. they got so many goddamn women that are all pretty good, and there's a lot of women who really haven't gotten any chance to shine. I'm here for that shit, especially if you listen to how much Dusty was involved with the women's division in NXT. I think that just makes perfect sense as a way to honor him. There's so many women that are like constantly like how many times you hear Charlotte and Bailey was talking about it on the Stone Cold thing about how involved Dusty was with all of the four horsewomen's careers. Like,
I think to me the easy pick or the pick I would think would make the most logical sense to win would be Candice and Indy Hartwell. At least I feel like they'd be in the finals.
Well, outside of like what Shayna and Nia and I don't know who the fuck. Charlotte and would you have Charlotte? I would almost want Charlotte and Asuka not to be in it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if it is the first one, I could see Charlotte like wanting to be part of it because
if they bring back the Iconics to the fucking shit.
Fine with me. I could see Charlotte wanting to be part of it though, just because she was very close with Dusty.
Yeah, she wants her name first on every historical thing.
Oh, or because she was very close. She's a human being and not the actual character that is being played, you dumbass.
Yeah, you have your character up 100%.
Okay.
Stone Cold taught me that.
Jordan can't help that he's fucking Jordan, all right? He took that personally, okay?
All right. But what I do want to know is...
Lloyd says, would you have to have all three brands... Wait, and the winners get a shot at the women's tag titles? Yeah, I think it would be open to all the brands. Yeah. I would assume so, yeah.
Because those titles can travel.
If Becky comes back, we can get Becky and Charlotte.
Becky's not coming back till Rumble. She'll be a surprise entrance. She already put it's time to go to work on her fucking Twitter.
God, I hope she doesn't win.
She'll probably pop off there.
God, I don't want her to win. I don't want 2 years in a row, especially when she won the last one with such a shitty ending.
Well, the internet's also popping off about Tessa Blanchard. Saying she hasn't signed anywhere.
Fucking please.
It's Rumble season.
She's a bitch, but you know what? WWE's had a lot of bitches before, and I mean that on men and women.
Yeah, but...
all of the 90s.
The hardcore fans know who Tessa is, but will the regular WWE audience be like, well, who the fuck is she?
Because remember, I don't mean like enough. Enough.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
enough.
There's going to be no fans, though, in the crowd.
True, because that's the thing.
Because the crowd would pop for Tessa.
Yeah, just like
the live
I was gonna say, like, AJ. I mean, the same amount of people probably know who AJ was that know who Tessa is. People who watch shit outside of WWE.
I would cut that maybe in a quarter.
Maybe because, and I would say AJ only because AJ was a TNA stalwart when TNA was doing like 2-3 million fucking views.
In ROH.
Yeah, but even ROH doesn't really get that many views.
In New York they do.
Well, okay, well in New York they get 50,000 views there. I'm saying, but like TNA, like during its run with Sting and Hogan and all those guys, they were getting like 2.5-3 million views, which is fucking nuts that TNA was doing that now. You imagine if fucking NXT or AEW got a 2 million view thing, and everybody likes to shit all over Impact. It's like, yeah, granted, I know what they are now, but they were doing pretty goddamn good for a while.
Well, that was all, once again, that goes back to my technology rant and the ADHD era where fucking fans just want everything fucking quick and cookie cut in 3 minutes and I'm out. Where diehards actually want to watch the matches. But, yeah, so there's a rumor about Tessa maybe popping off at the Rumble.
I think
who knows?
It's the only place I want her to go.
She's a head case.
It's WWE. They have so many head cases.
Personally, the surprise entrance, I think it's going to be Taya Valkyrie. She has a match at Hard to Kill this weekend.
I don't know when her contract expires.
It's coming up. She's challenging for the Knockouts title this Saturday. She's probably not going to win because her contract is coming up. And then, unless you're renewed, and then maybe she'll win the Knockouts title.
I assume she's coming because Johnny says he's retiring on this run, and she wants to be with her husband, and also, wants to get paid.
Yep.
And she's fucking great, and, they'll probably, at least she'll get a good run at NXT. I don't know how she'll fucking do on the main roster, but we'll see. She'll get paid.
She's blonde and she has big knockers.
Yeah.
So I think she'll do well on the main roster.
Yeah, but she's also super muscular and
Charlotte's muscular. Rhea's muscular.
Well, we're gonna see how fucking Rhea fares on the main roster. God. Oh God, I hope fucking Drew coughed on Vince.
Speaking of coughing, there's plenty of books about coughing on audibletrial.com and medicine books.
There's medical book. I mean, there probably is.
You know, you can go on there, learn about infectious diseases. The coronavirus has been around for eons. SARS was a coronavirus. MERS was a coronavirus.
That'd be a good match.
H1N1.
I'd watch that.
But, yeah, so you can go to audibletrial.com/Below the Belt Wrestling Show. Get yourself a free Audible audiobook on us. Brett's normally doing this. I normally feed him. Except for last week, you fucked it up.
Also, go to Ford.com/Below the Belt Wrestling Show. Just see what happens. I don't know. Maybe they'll send us some money if you buy a car off there.
Yeah. Get a 25% discount on a car. No, do not go there. Do not tell them that. We do not.
No. Just go there and say, go to your local Ford dealer and say, Below the Belt Wrestling Show sent me. Just see what happens. If enough of you do it, we'll fucking, maybe we'll be on the next fucking commercial. We'll be with the general.
Save some time.
Go to the general and save some time.
But yeah, audibletrial.com/Below the Belt Wrestling Show. Get a free audiobook on us. There's plenty of wrestling books on there. There's plenty of other shit on there, like if you're in a college course and you need to read like some fucking poetry or some shit and you don't want to read it.
And also, if you just
want
fucking
to listen to it,
if you hate reading,
boom.
there's stand-up specials on there too, like comedy.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Let's get into it. Let's get into NXT New Year's Evil.
Opens with... I have it pulled up. I'm sorry.
Yep. It opens with Dexter Lumis standing awkwardly in pitch blackness.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Looking out into an empty CWC arena, which magically gets fans once he hits a fucking DJ button.
Well, it's just a look. I mean, it's the same as the greatest fucking entrance ever when Tony Schiavone ripped his head off and became a demon. Magic. No. But, anyway, I mean, everybody wondered what they were going to do with him as the host. And I'll be honest, not much. I didn't mind the first one.
He doesn't fucking talk. What the hell is he going to do?
I liked the opening where it's him just kind of like playing with the lights, like slowly figuring it out. See, I liked that because I
made it seem like he had fucking like autism.
I mean, that would be like you and me showing up there. If you were like, host this. Here's 5 million switches. We're just going to start going like... I kind of wanted it to be, though, because he's like an artist. I kind of thought he was going to sit down like fucking like...
Go get me Space Monkey.
Fuck
Space Monkey could have done that. I would have died laughing. Because he's a monkey.
Okay. Now we're not...
This is a grown man.
We're going to talk believability. A man that's a monkey? Okay, sure. Anyway, I actually thought they were going to go for this, and I thought this would
You give him a banana, he eats it and uses it in the match, god damn it. Thrill to me.
I thought he was going to, like, play with the buttons and then, like, kind of sit down almost like Phantom of the Opera style and, like he just, like, knows it. And I was like, that would be kind of cool. Instead, there's just then a fucking lever that he fucking pulls and everything turns on automatically. I don't know. I didn't hate it. It was a fine opening. Again, I feel like it would have been better if you had Shotzi just host again because she's got so much energy.
Well, she had to do a fucking stupid match later on the night.
She wrestled that night too. I got involved. But yeah, that happened. Next up, then we have our opening match.
Karrion Kross versus fucking Damian Priest.
I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I was on the fence. Kross looked like he was a little timid in it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm used to seeing Kross just be a lot more dominant, but they're obviously trying to also get Priest over. I really liked it. I like both of these guys. The right person won.
Well,
because
the obvious person won.
Well, yeah. Well, after it was pretty much announced that he's going up, Damian's up. I liked it. I thought it was hard hitting. I thought the story was good. They did a good job. Like while letting Priest lose, he kept going. Like you can't. I'm still standing here, man. I'm still standing here. Like I like that. I quite enjoyed this match. I thought it was very good. Scarlett's always a fucking A+ every time she's ever involved in anything. She's fucking phenomenal. I mean, it's unbelievable to me that like when we saw her in AAW and she was like managing like
the besties,
and at one point Congo Kong, like she was fine there, but it's like, Jesus Christ, how good of a manager did she turn into? Like, fucking just, ooh, perfect.
You want to talk about stolen finishers? We didn't even get to T-Bar earlier in news and notes. Fucking Karrion ends it with a fucking driving back elbow to the back of Damian Priest's head, which is fucking Will Ospreay's finish now. So we're talking about stolen finishers here.
Well, that's not his finish.
Everybody fucking steals finishers.
Oh, yeah.
That's how he finished the goddamn match.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't his finisher. Everyone knows his finisher is the Saito suplex.
Well, no, his finisher's a straight jacket.
Well, it's the cross jacket, but he also uses the Saito as well. Especially.
Then you should have just fucking Sayato'd him until he couldn't fucking stand up.
It's fine. It's a fucking move. I've been fucking rallying for non-finishing moves to finish matches every now and then since the beginning of this goddamn show. So I'm all for it, especially with someone like him who is a legit MMA fighter. Like, I believe, look at him. I believe if he elbows you in the fucking head, you ain't getting up. Like,
I would agree with you, but it is a finish already, though.
everything's a finish already. A fucking leg drop's a finish.
All right, so let's...
One of the best, biggest, and most over finishes of all time, might I point out.
Ah, fuck the leg drop and fuck the people's elbow.
Okay. But again, they're over. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, they can get fucked.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a serviceable match. I thought it went kind of long for these two guys.
Lloyd, I can do a promo in sign language, so I would like that. Lloyd said that fucking what's his face? Oh my god, Dexter Loomis could do a promo in sign language. LOL. And I was joking because I speak enough sign language that I can get through conversations.
Oh, well,
I constantly have to talk to deaf people at work whenever there's a deaf person.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought that'd be fun because I'd be like, I know what he's saying and you don't. And then I just make shit up and lie to you, and then you get mad about it, and then I would go, ha ha ha. Yeah, even Lloyd says the mandible claw. Like, you know, that's a finish that just got stolen too. Who fucking cares? I don't get why T-Bar fucking cared that somebody fucking cared about his finish, stole his finisher. If we're gonna talk about that randomly.
And then Sammy Guevara said he stole it from Matt Mondesi or DeMondesi or whatever.
I don't know what his name is. Yeah,
I follow him on Instagram. Dude fucking comes up with some fucking spectacular moves.
That's fine. I don't care. I thought everybody in that fucking interaction looked like a moron. You have fucking T-Bar fucking saying like, oh, well, so you stole a finish. Everybody steals finishes. They're all fucking, there's only so many moves in the book. Number one. Number two, Sammy, like, coming back like a child, like,
D. Morris.
And then fucking, and I'm gonna guess this is when T-Bar realized, oh, I may have went too far. He brought up he's like, well, at least I don't make rape jokes. And then Sammy shut up, and then immediately after, which I'm guessing someone probably, maybe Triple H was like, shut the fuck up. And when like T-Bar was like, I'm deleting this.
No. But the guy Sammy Guevara said he stole the move from, this dude should just do the fucking CGI for the fucking wrestling games. Like, look at this.
Yeah, he's real good.
Spinal Tap 450 off of a ladder.
Yeah, I mean, he's fun.
I love this hint of
and then
line.
FTR got involved in it.
Did they?
FTR, one of them like got on T-Bar's fucking thing and on his back case and was like, and was right by the way, and was like, what are you fucking talking about stealing finishes for? Like, are you fucking Mark? Blah blah blah. Fucking right. And then T-Bar was like, I don't know why you guys have always hated me. Blah blah. He's like, you guys have always had a problem with me, and I don't know what it was. And I was like, you all sound like fucking children.
Well, and at first, before you brought up fucking FTR, because I didn't even know about that, I felt like maybe Sammy Guevara and fucking T-Bar are friends, and they're like, hey.
Like, have some fun. Let's piss people off, make them think we hate each other.
Yeah, let's get the internet talking, get some buzz around our names, and then fucking just
and it could be, to be honest. But then the rape thing came out, and I was like, oh, I don't think he's playing.
Yeah,
I don't think he's playing if he's bringing that shit up.
He ain't joking.
Yeah.
But, yeah, anyways, this match, it was good. Letter grade, I'd go B-, C+ on it. Like I said, I thought Karrion was kind of timid to take fucking bumps on his fucking shoulder at the beginning.
He might have been.
Later on in the match, he got a little bit more comfortable. Maybe that's a story they were telling. But, like, he looked like awkward when he was taking some bumps at the beginning.
That's fair.
So
I really liked it. I like both these guys. It was a send-off for Priest.
Which we found out. Did you hear the backstory behind that?
Well, he was supposed to be
Kevin Owens' best friend.
And then Kevin Owens and Reigns were like,
no.
This is stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah. So, by the way, right choice, Kevin and Roman.
Yeah.
Maybe because they know how fucking wrestling works.
Well,
we've never ever seen this guy before, and he's your best friend now? Like,
not only that, we know Vince loves fucking Damien because of how deep his fucking voice is. And then, what's Kevin Owens going to do in this fucking series? Damien's going to be the star now. Kevin Owens is going to go back to the fucking mid-card. Where he's probably going to fucking wind up anyways after this fucking Roman
he would have
feud.
probably ended up turning on Priest and letting Priest go over him.
Yeah. Killing his fucking steam. Which, I mean, if you're Kevin Owens, at some point, you just got to say no. Because you headbutted the fucking president, bloodied him up. You had fucking momentum. And then all of a sudden... No. This was pre-Goldberg. This was Daniel Bryan coming back. And it was Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon.
And he was hotter than fuck.
Yeah.
And then Goldberg, he was pretty hot all the way until he ran into a 49-year-old wall at that time called Goldberg. And then he's pretty much just been kind of upper mid-card.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, not a bad place to be. It's like Kevin's always on the show. It's not like he's underutilized or underused. He's still used in every fucking main pay-per-view.
Underappreciated.
I would agree.
Let's just say that.
I would say, though, I will be honest, I don't see a spot for him in the main event right now with the guys that are up there. I think he's...
Well, he was doing it with Roman.
I want to see him back up there. Well, him and Roman apparently like each other, so yeah, I like that. I want them up there again. I want to see him back up at the top, but I will say I don't think right now is his time. I think he needs to play his little waiting game, but doing it smart. He's saying, this is stupid, don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Maybe in 6 months to a year, I can get back to the fucking top.
I bet you if it was just him saying it, though, they'd be like, yeah, no, we're pulling the trigger. Priest coming up.
I mean, they'd probably listen to Kevin. Kevin's well-established, well-liked. Everybody likes Kevin. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, when you have the big dog fucking saying, this is also fucking stupid, well, what are you going to do? He's the fucking champ and the most over thing you fucking have. So, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to fucking do it.
What's your letter grade for this match?
A solid B.
Solid B, okay.
Solid B.
I said B-. So we're in the same ballpark. This was a really good show.
Yeah. Yes, it is a good show. I like this show.
Almost all the way throughout. I could have done without the fucking Gargano and...
Rough.
Yeah, all that shit.
B- is given by Bleacher Reports. Fair enough. Next up, we have the NXT Cruiserweight Champion match. The 5-star match.
Four star.
Oh, I think it was 4. Oh,
4 stars.
Okay, sorry.
But the main event also got 4 stars. So he said it was just as good as the main event.
No, it fucking wasn't. All right,
and the main event was only okay to me.
Santos Escobar versus Grand Metalik, and I'm like, same thing. If I just turned it on and had it on in the background.
And maybe they didn't bury Grand Metalik 4 years ago.
Yeah, when he should have won the fucking...
Well, he won the fucking Cruiserweight Classic.
No, he didn't. TJP won the Cruiserweight Classic.
Goddamn, you're
right.
He
should have won the Cruiserweight Classic.
They fucking Men in Blacked me.
Yeah.
I fucking thought he won that shit.
Had he won the Cruiserweight Classic, maybe that belt wouldn't be what it is today. But if they strapped it on TJP's worthless ass.
Because he can talk. Because he can speak
Not
English.
well.
He can speak English.
Yeah, but he doesn't know what he's saying.
Yeah, he can fucking do a video game pose and dab.
Then he should have went to AEW. Because they love video games there. I do too. But yeah, this is stupid. I mean, it's not stupid. It's just Santos Escobar versus Grand Metalik. Both these guys have been... Metalik had some shine to him when he came out of the CWC. Should have fucking won it. But then they stuck him in Lucha House Party, and that's just a fucking...
It was a death sentence.
That's where Lucha goes to die.
Because they were pushing Braun Strowman. They're like, oh, hey, let's throw these 3 luchadors at him. Rey Mysterio versus Kevin Nash style.
It was dead already by then. It was a stupid idea. And then Santos Escobar does nothing for me. I'm sorry. The days of fucking what's his name?
King Cuerno.
King Cuerno are gone. You going to the bathroom?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a pee.
Can you grab me another banana bread?
Sure can, sir.
Yeah, this is just a kind of a nothing. Like apparently, it's technically
it wasn't a terrible match, but you just can't get behind it.
There's no juice behind it. neither one of these guys, whether or not Metalik won or lost, I didn't care. I don't care about this title. I don't care about anybody involved in Lucha House Party. I don't care about anybody involved in Santos Pablo Escobar fucking thing. Like, I just don't care. And that's really what it comes down to. It was a fucking boring match as far as, like, storyline and actual feeling. Didn't care. I don't know. Overall, I mean, if I'm just rating the fucking in-ring work mixed in with the absolute dead-on arrival of both characters. Do I want to be nice or be real? I'll be real. D+. It's fucking stupid. I didn't care at all. Which, by the way, they weren't that much higher. They gave it a C+. Let's see. We have some comments here. I read Kota Ibushi was supposed to win the Cruiserweight Classic, but he wouldn't sign with the company. Yeah, that's when Kota was on his kick of being a freelancer. I don't think he ever actually officially signed with any company up until he signed with New Japan about a year ago, roughly. I think that, if I'm correct, I believe that's what it was. He basically was like, I want to be a freelancer, work wherever I want to, up until when he signed with New Japan. And I believe the only reason he signed with New Japan was because he's getting older and he wants to be with his family. Hey, question.
What?
Oh, it's you. Sorry. Where's the buddy? Oh, okay.
He decided to give me a gift.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, and then Amazing Red was supposed to be in it too, but he's pulled it. Oh, that is a bummer, Lloyd. Amazing Red is so fucking good. That's a fucking real bummer. Amazing Red might be the most underrated high flyer of the last 15 years. Oh, God, that sucks. I would have loved to have seen Amazing Red in WWE. Like, anywhere would have been great. I mean, he really kind of just peaked at his shit we did with TNA, I feel like. Unless I'm wrong, did he ever have any stints ever anywhere else that were pretty good? And then Lucha House Party become Matt Riddle's buddies on Raw. Yeah, Lucha House Party sucks. What do you want me to say? They're fucking terrible. Yeah, Lloyd, am I wrong? Has Amazing Red had any run bigger than his run in TNA? Because I feel like that was it. But yeah, that would... Why they didn't go out? He only retired, I think, not too long after that CWC thing, or Cruiserweight Classic, whatever. I'm kind of just treading water here, just so you guys are probably pretty obvious till Ryan gets back. But I would like to know about that. Amazing Red's a guy I've always fucking really, really, really enjoyed. So I'd like to see that. Ryan is on his way back, so we're just waiting. This is why two-man show sucks. We need Brett here. Yeah, no, Lloyd, he said no, his multiple TNA runs were the biggest he got. And that's good that he got the TNA, he got the rub, at least got to be on national television back when it was on Spike, but would have been fucking cool. And on the initial run with the when it was, because I believe he was there like during the first ones when it was just pay-per-view based. So that's a bummer. What would you give the old
Rey Metalik?
Yeah. And then
El Santos helper?
Yeah. And then I also want to point out something. Lloyd just dropped the bomb on me that I'm like, oh, that's such a bummer.
Probably, I would give the match a C+. The match wasn't bad. I just...
C+ is exactly what I was given. I
can't get behind those two guys, though. I really can't. Because there's just no steam there. The story is a week old. The fucking Lucha House Party came to fucking NXT and said, hey, we're not challenging for any titles, and then all of a sudden he's in a fucking title match the next week, and
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Like, why wasn't Kurt Stallion challenging fucking
who cares?
El Santos? Giving him a little bit of a rub before you go into the fucking tournament. I don't know. I feel like they're missing the boat with this title because they don't really give a shit about it.
Yeah, but Lloyd brought up that, unfortunately, I didn't realize this, Amazing Red was supposed to be in the original Cruiserweight Classic, but he had to pull out due to injury. And I was like, that's a fucking bummer. Amazing Red is, to me, probably the most underrated high flyer in the last 15 years.
Yeah, definitely one of them, and one of the most innovative wrestlers of all time. You want to talk about where people steal their fucking moves from? They steal them from fucking Amazing Red.
Yeah. He was doing. Fucking. What's the fucking move? Everybody does now. All the old guys do it now because it's easy because it's all the work's on the other guy. The Code Red.
Yeah.
Fucking good. Love Amazing Red. Would like to see more from him. I always have this in my head. I'm like, I know he's injured, but could just have one more run. Put him in AEW. They would fucking love him there. They all fucking watched him, stole half of his shit. T-Bar. Let him have one run on granted he was in TNA when it was big, but let him have one more run.
Well, he also owns House of Glory, Hog Wrestling up there in New York. I don't even know if he owns that anymore because of COVID. That might have just been fucking shut down. But I think he's okay with his career. He was actually in the Super J Cup this year over in California.
All right, there might be sounds of a puppy crying in a minute, so I apologize. We are not murdering him. We are putting him in his kennel, which he does not like for the first 5 minutes.
Yes.
Anyway.
It's typical of a puppy.
So you may hear that through the wall. Anyway, moving on. We have Xia Li has made her re-debut with her master. We don't know who it is.
Master.
I will say this. And then Boa is also there. But I love the present. Okay.
Mortal Kombat!
It is very Mortal Kombat-esque. That being said, I was shocked at how Mortal Kombat... I was like, you know what, whatever, this is kind of... First of all, they just showed the leader, who I'm pretty sure is Miko Satomura.
Yeah, I'm almost 99%. If it's not, it's her or Karen Q.
Yeah.
It's one of the two.
Which Miko makes more sense considering she's the older one.
And she was just signed.
Yeah. She looked fucking awesome in her whatever the fuck they were doing with her face.
She kind of looked like a character from The Ring.
Yeah, a little bit, but she looked fucking awesome. I really liked it. I'm a horror fan. I thought it was cool. Really cool presentation. Then it really went Mortal Kombat style where Xia came out with two spears, short spears, and did a fucking
Yeah, she's clearly Milena.
It looked like Milena used size. But
I understand by now.
But she did a martial arts fucking thing all about the weapons, and I'm like, you can't use those when you get in the ring, right? It was very...
This isn't FMW, Xia.
It was very Mortal Kombat-esque.
In FMW in the 90s, you could.
That being said, I liked the presentation. I had fun with it. I was like, this is fucking weird and over the top, but
Now, was this job girl the same girl that did the job for Mercedes the week prior just with a mask on? Because I'm almost 100% positive that she had the same color hair for Mercedes. This time they just threw a mask on her and called her something else.
By the way, Lloyd says, Master P's actually bought House of Glory, which he did, and said it was going to be bigger in WWE. That's a quote. Ben says he'd like the Master to be Loki or Caval, but he is signed exclusively to MLW. I don't know. I thought this was dumb but fun and over the top, but in a cool way.
It was the best shape that Zaya's ever been in.
Oh, she looks fucking great. And, by the way...
Someone piss test her right now because she's coming hot.
And, by the way...
She's on the gas.
We've seen her before, and granted, it was just a job squash match, but we've seen her before, and she looks kind of shaky, and maybe they just rehearsed the shit out of this match, but they made her look like a fucking killer in this match, and I was like...
That kick to the face at the end...
Good shit.
It looked like she fucking knocked some teeth out.
And the good shit makes it look hard. It just did it actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked all of this. A-. I loved the presentation. It was fun. I get actual characters because I miss gimmicks in wrestling that are fun and somewhat believable. I don't know. This was cool and fun and over the top. And Xia looked awesome. I feel like Boa might be fucked here because Saya's gonna outshine.
He's Johnny Cage, okay?
Saya's gonna
He's gonna start doing a sliding kick.
Saya's gonna
splits into the nut punch.
She is gonna so outshine him. It's gonna be unbelievable. Anyway, I really liked it. I'm gonna go A-. I thought it was very, very fun for what it was. A-.
Last week I gave the squash match a D+. I'll give this one a C+ because of Mortal Kombat.
Well, I'm giving the whole presentation because it's the debut of this faction, like actually what they're going to be instead of just a snuff film they were making. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Obviously, just a squash match, but the presentation was fun, and I really, really like the look of whoever the master is going to be. I thought that look looks awesome. Now, honestly, obviously, one day they're going to stand up, drop the damn thing, and it's going to. I really want it to be Miko Satomura. It makes too much.
What
sense.
if it's not Miko and Miko comes in and she's the first one that defeats the evil Xia Li?
I don't know, man. I feel like the low-hanging fruit is there. She's the old one.
The
old one's always the bad one.
The elder's always the fucking master, right?
Yeah.
It makes fucking sense, but you got to remember it's WWE, and you got to think outside the box because they will disappoint you.
Fair enough, but Triple H has always booked his Asian talent, his Japanese talent in particular, very, very well.
Yeah, outside of Hideo.
Who?
Hideo Itami, Kenta.
Oh, well, he booked him in the main event. Couldn't get over, though. Is Miko Chinese, though? I don't know.
Miko is Japanese. Boa is Chinese. Xia Li, I don't know what the fuck
I think
she
Xia is
is.
Chinese as well, or at least of Chinese descent.
Okay. Karen Q.
It needs to be Shao Kahn. That's what the quote said.
Well, Triple H has the fucking mask and chair already.
Yeah, he already has a Shao Kahn looking mask.
So there we go. It's Triple H. You guys figured it out.
That would be great. It's him in a dress. Him in a dress, still wearing the Shao Kahn mask.
It's WrestleMania 30.
Oh, what about Ben? I mean, that would be so fucking cool. What if it was Muda? That would be unbelievably cool.
I'd shit my pants.
I mean,
if they did something legitimately that cool, which it's the WWE, so they never would.
There's no way you could keep Muda coming in secret. Meltzer would be all over that shit. Some fucking asshole would be like, it's Muda. Ben, that would be the coolest fucking option possible. Takes the fucking thing off, fucking sprays somebody in the face. It would be great. I mean, that would be real hard to keep under wraps, though.
If Brett was here tonight, he would have got his fucking Muda DVD. Because me and him were talking in the chat, because I got myself a Muda DVD, The Legacy of the Great Muda. And, dude, it's like the fucking tip-top A1 fucking classic Muda shit on there. And I was ripping into Super Strong Machine. I was like, and it's not Bill Eadie before you fucking say that, Brett. I'm like, this is just some like Japanese guy that was ripping off their fucking gimmick.
Ben says, Master doesn't need to wrestle, so it doesn't have to be a wrestler anymore. It could be Jushin. It could be. I'll be honest, though. At least based on the attire, I do think it is.
Jushin does commentary over in fucking New Japan.
I do think it's a woman, though. I think it's a woman. All right, next up. I mean, was it going to be any doubt it was my favorite match of the night?
I already knew it. Go ahead, take the reins.
Last woman standing match: Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez.
It was middle of the road, B-, C+. We'll get to it though.
I fucking loved it. Like, I didn't know at the time of watching it that was gonna be Ripley's send up. God damn, Ripley. If you don't know, that's what I named my new dog. Not after Rhea. It was helpful.
That's what I originally thought, and then I figured out, it's Alien.
It's Ellen Ripley.
Yeah.
Oh, because originally I didn't know if it was a boy or a girl. But Ripley's.
But now it's Rip. For Rip Taylor.
No, it's Ripley. Anyway.
You got Rip him.
I do call him Ripper because he rips everything up. Anything. Rip him up. But yeah, I fucking love this match. I love the way that they built this up with storyline, which I wish they had done from the beginning, because they didn't talk about how they used to literally be on social media all the time as best fucking friends. Why they didn't use that at the beginning of the feud?
There are 3 other fucking matches where fucking Rhea buries fucking Gonzalez.
Why they didn't bring that up back then, I don't understand. But obviously, like, when you're watching that and like,
that's my knock on this match.
It was so there, like everybody, because granted, obviously, unless you follow social media, you don't know this, but like for years they were posting pictures together. They used to have a thing where like one would pretend to be a koala and one would pretend to be some other fucking animal, and they would just climb on shit and take pictures. They have matching fucking tattoos.
Yeah, RVR.
Yeah, right in their lips, I believe, if I'm correct.
I thought it was on their fingers.
On their fingers, and they also have a matching tattoo in their lip too. I don't remember what it says. They got them together. I don't remember. They did something. They are legit best friends. So why they didn't use that?
Both came in during the May Classic, the first one.
Yep. Why they didn't use that to start the feud 2 months
beyond us.
2 months ago, I don't know.
Which was my biggest gripe about going into this match, because I wanted Gonzalez to win this match, but I think I picked Ripley to win it just because it's fucking WWE. And once again, this is before I knew her fucking main roster call up. I've been fucking shitting all over it because what's the point of having a last woman standing match? She already beat her in a cage match. Already beat her in a singles match. Already beat her in another singles match.
She finally got the win, I bet.
And now she should be going for the women's title, which she is or isn't now. And now she's in a last woman standing match versus Rhea to send Rhea off. This could have been anybody else going up against Rhea. It could have been Toni Storm. Give Toni Storm a little bit of a rub.
What if Rhea had the choice and said, I want my best friend to send me off, and I want to give her the rub on the way out?
True, but she should have gave her the rub prior to this.
You know, shit changes in WWE all the time. I don't know. But the matches, I really like the build-up with the packages and everything, which, again, they should have been doing 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. But whatever. The packages were really good. It made this feel like it meant something. Like, it had the emotional stakes to it. It had the big fight feel to it. I really liked it. They went all out. These girls beat the shit out of each other.
I thought you were going to hate the kendo sticks.
First of all, that's the one thing I hated about the match. But we'll get to that. But yeah, I love the match. They beat the shit out of each other. Fucking, you got swantons off fucking, crates and through tables, all sorts of shit. The only thing I fucking hated, and I don't hate that this happened. I expected this to happen. Dakota Kai comes out and fucking helps beat the shit out of Rhea. But
yeah, Shaun of the Dead. But stop
she could have had any
having such a good time.
She could have had anything.
Having a ball.
She could have had anything. And they gave her the fucking kendo stick. Like, again,
she could have just came in and fucking pump kicked her.
Would have been fine with that.
She's already been beaten down.
Kicks are her thing.
It's long in the match.
Team kick.
Comes in, fucking pump kicks her.
I would have been fine with that.
Gets one of her main moves over.
Use the classic fucking folding chair. Use something. Why are there kendo sticks littered around WWE arenas? That doesn't make any sense. Also, if I can choose if I am going to try to literally fuck someone up, am I going to choose a fucking piece of bamboo, or am I going to choose
wire, baby?
I'm going to fucking grab a baseball bat or a fucking, a pipe, something. It just
a chain,
anything. And by the way, the kendo stick is just so overused. So I hated that. That's what like the interference was. I would have rather just her come in and fucking just kick her, hit her finish.
But we popped for -1 in MJF. Okay, that's a little fucking kid
it's a little boy.
Using a kendo stick to hit MJF in the head once.
Yeah, it's stupid. Kendo sticks
and it was
stupid.
Out of fucking nowhere.
I'm done with kendo sticks. They need to go away. They need to go back in the box for about 1.5 years, 2 years, and then they can come back out and be part of the arsenal. Anyway, besides that, fucking love the match. I'm obviously Rhea's one of my favorite wrestlers alive, but male or female. But Reina was the right one to win this, and
you mean Raquel? You just pulled a ref. The ref called her Reina 2 weeks ago.
I also think Reina Gonzalez is a better name than Raquel Gonzalez, but whatever. That's also her real fucking name. Anyway, Raquel wins, and I quite enjoyed the match. I would give the match a solid fucking A.
Powerbomb through one arm powerbomb through the stage from the stairs. They both go through. Ref gets to 8. Raquel fucking crawls out, gets up.
Yeah,
and the ref gets a 10. They go to commercial.
Can I say? Should have ended the show. This was the big match.
Yeah, well, your title match would be.
Yeah, I guess because it also is the.
This match should have started off the show.
That's fair.
But
You're right.
everybody complains that the women start off the show. No, this match should have started it. Because, like I said, I felt like Cross and fucking Priest went way too long.
Lloyd, I'm with you. Get a pipe. Fucking throw a brick at him. I don't care. Do something.
Suck brick, kid!
Yeah. Kendo stick should only be allowed with one person, and that's Sandman. Yeah, that's fine. I agree with you. I don't even mind the kendo stick. It's become such a... I swear to God, I bet you if you went back and did the last year of WWE TV, that a kendo stick got used more than a steel chair, which annoys me because steel chairs make sense for being around the ring because, bellkeeper...
Well, I feel like they're using the kendo stick more than the steel chair just because it's not an accessible thing at your house.
No, and also...
A steel chair, a kid can fucking go to the garage, grab a fucking folding chair that their parents have for parties, and fucking whap somebody.
We did it.
Well, of course we did.
I jumped all over those shit.
We've been put through fucking tables. I've had fucking light tubes hit over my back.
I used to do that shit when I was wrestling when I was by myself as a kid. And throw a chair down there on the ground and flip onto it.
Front flip, elbow drop on top of it. Yeah,
when you wrestle your friends, one of you gets too aggressive and fucking hurts the other one. You got to spend the next 10 minutes going, shut up, shut up, shut up. Our parents will hear.
Or you go to the park and you get DDT'd on a fucking sticker patch on top of your head. And then you have fucking pricklies on top of your head for fucking 3 days and it hurts.
Ben, I'm with you. This match is better than most men's last standing matches. I'm with you. I really liked it. I love Rhea. Raquel has come into her own. She's a big, strong... She's what Nia Jax should have been if Nia kept learning and not getting worse and worse and worse.
I don't think Nia can be that athletic.
That's fair. But you know what I mean? Like, big monster heel, but Raquel's actually, like, athletic and is actually putting in the effort to get better.
I hated the handcuff spot.
Really? I didn't mind it.
I hate it just because it undersold the fencing. Because if you were to handcuff somebody to steel chain link, they're not fucking ripping through it. It's got to be some fucking plastic rinky-dink, some fucking cheap bullshit that you put up because it's inexpensive. It keeps the fucking dog in the yard, but it's fucking cheap.
The next fucking handcuff spot I see, you better recreate Hogan. I want you handcuffed to the fucking barrier and Hogan dragging that motherfucking barrier around. Like, that's what I want.
I want fucking Mick Foley recreated.
What, handcuffed behind his back and just wailing
Chair
on him?
shots, yeah.
That is a controversial one, but I know I've always said that's one of my most favorite memories of wrestling.
That's the best handcuff spot to me, basically, ever.
Well, because it looked real.
Yeah, because it was real.
A lot of it was real.
It was definitely real.
They gave it an A+. I gave it an A.
B minus. And trust me, I'm not gonna fucking suck off AEW this week. The main event was great. It was my match of the week on AEW. But
this is my match of the week. But you obviously know. I told you we'll get to that.
But this show is better than AEW.
Better overall.
Yeah.
Lloyd says that he thinks Rhea should have a move called "Believe It or Not."
You mean Ripley?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, next up we have Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae versus Kushida and Shotzi Blackheart in a why
match? Because we can.
I don't hate it.
Is this the Mickey Mouse Club all of a sudden?
I don't hate it because I like all four of these people, but
they could have fucking stopped this at the fucking ball pit to the balls when she fucking shot the fucking American Gladiator fucking dart at fucking Austin Theory's fucking pedophile nuts. And that could have been the fucking segment. Move along. I don't need a fucking tag team match.
I will agree. And I think this match was kind of doomed from the start. You can't go from that last women's standing match into just a random mixed intergender tag match that Shotzi and Kushida have never had any interaction. Maybe a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, Kushida's feuding with Johnny because of fucking Leon Ruff. I get the tie-in, but I don't need it on a Super Show.
I would have rather
Super Show should have your fucking matches fucking bang.
I would have rather just had Johnny versus Kushida or Shotzi versus Candice. I would have, and honestly, if I'm booking it, I would have booked Shotzi versus Candice on this one, and then
Candice's arm, like whatever. Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Anything with Shotzi is automatically an A plus 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 plus. Yes, I am a big Shotzi fan as well. But this is, and it's not bad. I mean, the match itself is fine. I didn't hate I love the Tank. I think you're right though. Honestly,
Tank spot is the only thing I remember from this match.
I
don't even remember the finish of this match.
First of all, it's unique as fuck. If you're gonna have the Goofy Tank, which I love the Goofy Tank, if it's gonna shoot someone in the nuts, it should be Austin Theory because of his weirdo fucking past. Shoot him in the nuts. Let fucking Kushida hit his finish. 1, 2, 3.
Boom. Shocks Johnny. Sets up a fucking future title match between the two.
Otherwise, to me, I feel like you just kind of blew, like, if the Tank is going to be the thing, you just kind of blew it. Like, to me, the Tank thing is fun and crazy, which is wrestling is supposed to be fun and crazy.
Wait, where are they at in this fucking bracket?
I don't know. It got a B+. I couldn't give it more than a
C minus. C minus
I was going to say C. Just solid C. Like, it was fun, but I think if it had literally ended, like, just...
Oh, they're a first-round matchup. Never mind, okay.
If it had ended with Rocket to the nuts, Kushida finish, boom, I would have probably been in the B-.
Send it home.
B minus range. Yeah. All right, but next up we have the rematch of the match of the year candidate from NXT, at least. Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly. It is a good match.
Good match. Didn't understand the ending. The post-match shenanigans. I understand the actual ending of the match, but the post-match, I don't get the hovering over Kyle, hovering over Adam Cole, and nobody standing up for Kyle, getting back in fucking Finn's face, shoving him, telling him, get the fuck out of here, our friend's hurt. Because if that's me, my friend just got his fucking jaw fucked up by somebody, and then the guy wants to fucking come over and tower over him, I'm going to fucking either punch the guy or at least fucking shove the dude away.
I would say I get that, but I also feel like that might take away from Kyle's rub from this if Kyle has to have other people stand up for him when he obviously did great. This is a good match. I mean, I think the first one was better.
Yeah. First one was way better. What does Kyle achieve from fucking losing two times in a row?
Austin Theory is if you ordered Ricky Starks off Wish. That is fucking perfect.
Yeah, or John Cena off of Wish.
If you order John Cena off of Wish, you get
Austin Theory.
Yeah, shitty version of it. Yeah, both work.
But yeah, I don't get what Kyle gets out of losing twice to Finn. This could have ended in a no contest, time limit draw, anything of that fashion, except for we all know as diehards that they're going to put the title back on the Cross.
Because that's who they have plans for.
And that's who they have plans for.
And fucking Finn's going to go off to NXT UK.
Because this could have been a fucking trilogy. It would have been a great fucking trilogy. Even, like I said, could have ended in a tie. Finn could have fucking it could have been a double count out. Could have been a dusty finish where...
A double count out in the main event. Don't do that.
It could have been a dusty finish. He pins him, but Kyle's foot was on the rope. Another ref comes out and says, no, his foot was on the rope. It's, the match is waved off. It's a draw, whatever. But Kyle is now... Same thing with Raquel Gonzalez and Rhea, right? This is my gripe. You're trying to build somebody as a singles person, but they're constantly losing. And then you're like, well, they're going to win in the end. But it kills the steam of the feud.
Yeah, see, but we...
So now, Kyle is fucking done. He's not even in the Dusty Classic, and he's the tag team specialist of the group. I get it. Fish Fillet is fucking hurt right now. Mm-hmm. And they're going with Cole and Strong. If Kyle's going to be the singles guy, he's not going to be going after Johnny Gargano right now for his title because Kushida's already in that spot. It puts Kyle in fucking limbo.
See,
but
you could go in a million different directions.
Undisputed didn't cost him the match.
You could go in a million directions with Kyle. Kyle got the rub on both these matches. Kyle is now looked at by fans as someone who can go, and he's fucking really, really good. I mean, keep in mind, not everybody who watches NXT or WWE product in general knows. They don't really know Kyle as a singles guy. They only know him as a tag guy, and he is a really good singles wrestler now because not everybody watches Ring of Honor and PWG and all that other shit. Like, I think this put him on the map and try to like establish him as, hey, he's a singles guy too. Maybe not the guy now, but down the road he could be.
Yeah. So I see him as the champion a year from now.
I could see that maybe, but like Brett obviously disagreed. But me and Brett did agree on the last episode, saying that it was obvious he wasn't going to win this match. It was so obvious. This is Balor and fucking Cross have two destinies, and
Cross wins, Finn fucks off, takes on Walter.
Boom. And that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to do it fucking 3, 4, 5 months ago, however fucking long it was. That's what we're getting to. This is all just to get back to where the original plans were, which is Cross's NXT champ and whatever they choose to do with Balor versus Walter. I'm assuming Balor's taking it. But that's what the plan is, and that's where we're going. And by the way, I don't care. I want that. I want Cross as a massive monster heel in NXT, and I want... Who doesn't want to see Balor versus fucking Walter?
No, here's the question.
Tell me you don't want to see Balor versus Walter.
Oh, I want to.
Who doesn't want to see that?
120% I want to see that match. But once Cross beats Balor and Balor fucks off to UK land, they're already calling up Priest.
Who's the next challenger?
Yeah, who's going to challenge Cross after this?
Well, I think he's going to go on a monster run. He's going to destroy people, but...
But who? Keith Lee's on the main roster, so he can't get his revenge match. Priest is going to be on the main roster, so he can't get a revenge match.
He's already destroyed Ciampa.
Kyle O'Reilly again? Fucking destroy him a third time in a title match? Really fucking kill his momentum? They don't have another babyface good guy. He's already beat Ciampa.
Yeah, I
don't want to see him versus Ciampa again.
I don't know who he's going to face again, but I want it. There's options. They can build new stars. I mean, that's fucking business. You can't, especially NXT, because they got to churn new people out all the time. There'll be another guy who emerges as a top guy, but who? Cross is going to, I also think, is going to have a pretty long run of smashing motherfuckers. So I don't know who's going to be the next one that he's going to smash, but
he's going to have a pretty long run of not having anybody to fucking face that's going to be believable. Unless they bring people back down from the main roster.
We will see. Cross versus Loomis in a Who's the Weirdest match. Well, Loomis is going to win if it's Who's the Weirdest.
Loomis will probably end up going for the North American title next.
Grades.
This match wasn't terrible. I enjoyed both of their work. But the post-match killed it for me. It went from an A- to a B+. Just because you're standing over a guy with a fucking title that you just fucking broke his jaw, and two of his best friends are right there, and they're not even like looking back at you. Why did you get that close? You could stood in the middle of the ring and held up the title.
I'm in the B+ range.
I'm just a stalwart.
I'm in the B+ range on its own. Without that reasoning, I think it was good, very good. I'll say the one thing I didn't like is the inconsistent selling by Kyle of the jaw. It drove me nuts because there were some times where Finn is just laying it into his jaw. Finn did a great job of targeting a body part. Loved it.
Well,
but there's parts where Kyle is just like clutching his face, and I'm like, oh, it looks so bad. And then towards the end of the match, he's literally doing this, like, I got a toothache. Like, I was like, you're fucking supposed to be. This is not selling. Man, like, no, you should be on the ground. Like, every time he kicks you in the fucking face, you should be, like, on the ground, kicking your fucking feet, like, just
screaming.
Just horrible. And then, like, and he did a lot of that in the first 2/3 of the match, but for some reason in the last third of the match, it just became this, like, he just put his fucking, for the podcast
the hope spot.
For the podcast listeners, he just put his fucking hand on his fucking, like, as if he had a toothache. I was like... okay, and then during the whole shenanigans,
when he's in the corner,
and he's just sitting there like, and I'm like, you should be like, if your jaw is broken,
or why aren't your best friends fucking holding you back? A guy's fucking parading over you. You're not getting pissed off. You don't want to get up. oh, I don't want to get up because you already broke my jaw. I'm a little fucking pussy.
Yeah. By the way,
Even if I get fucking knocked out after that or get my jaw broken worse, I'm still getting up.
yeah, I would say Kyle's selling kind of threw me off at the end, which is unfortunate because Kyle's really good. But yeah, it threw me off.
I didn't need
B
the
plus.
fucking,
Well, I got B plus in the chats as well. Ben saying B plus as well.
I didn't need fucking Undisputed Era down there. They weren't down there for the first match. They didn't need to be down there for the second match unless they were going to cost Kyle, which is what I was fucking praying for because then that gives you an exit strategy and another storyline to build off of. But yeah, no.
All right, give me a second here because I got to pull up old Bleacher Report for.
Oh, I got you. Well, if you guys enjoy the show, normally most of the time, we posted straight to our streaming feeds where you can listen to us in podcast form. We are on SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, and iTunes. All you have to do is search Below the Belt Wrestling Show, and we're there. It's our fucking logo with Karl Marx, because we're against Marxism. Because fuck you, Marx.
All right, and I'm gonna go grab a beer and pee. So that is the
All right.
AEW Dynamite.
We're building up to Dynamite, a.k.a. New Year's Smash. Night one. Coming live and direct at you. And we start off with a 8-man tag. You got the Young Bucks and SCU versus the Acclaimed and the Hybrid 2. I'll be the first to say it. The Acclaimed are really growing on me. Max Caster's raps when he comes out to the rings, dissing the team that he's facing. It's been the Young Bucks the past few weeks, so it's been even better. It's been great. If you don't like the Young Bucks, you should love the Acclaimed because they hate the Young Bucks. Other than that, this was your typical AEW New Japan 8-man tag match. A lot of spots, a lot of outside flying. Other than that, Christopher Daniels was the fucking bump monkey in this match, where he was getting his shit fucking pushed in by the Hybrid 2 and the Acclaimed, and then until he made the fucking hot tag to Kazarian, and then it fucking kind of snowballed from there. That was off earlier, guys. Sorry, it's late here. It's okay, Ben. It's okay. This match went way too long. The Acclaimed are hilarious. So, yeah. The Acclaimed are hilarious. You can find their Young Bucks diss rap actually on Spotify. It's under Platinum Max. It's called Buck Hunt. He's John Cena's illegitimate cousin. Ooh. A little confused by that one, Lloyd. But yeah, post-match, if you watch Being the Elite, Nick Jackson's getting his ankle fucking iced and wrapped, and he's probably getting a shot of cortisone. He said he fucking tweaked it because he was just supposed to do the Indie Taker with Matt at the finish of the match. He ended up doing a dive over the top rope on top of people instead. Christopher Daniels does the BME, best moonsault ever, into the Meltzer driver, so the best Meltzer driver ever for the finish. Young Bucks and SCU go over. SCU grabs the mic at the end. Frank Kazarian says, if this is our last run, Young Bucks, we got your back through and through. And I'm holding Christopher Daniels true to what he said. So if we lose, we're retiring as a tag team. We'll never tag again. Which leads me to believe they'll lose to FTR or to the Young Bucks in a really good fucking match. And it'll probably be maybe the end of fucking Christopher Daniels' career. He's in his 50s. He's 50 or 51. He's still doing fucking Waterworld at fucking Universal.
He's still doing that?
I believe so.
Maybe he just likes it.
I just don't think they have fucking live shows going because Disney doesn't have Indiana Jones, so they might have paused it for right now. So he still has that to fall back on. He's also the liaison in the locker room for the young talent for all the matches.
Lloyd.
What do you say?
Says, what if Daniels could be the new leader of the Dark Order? He wouldn't be a bad choice, to be honest, because there was already that teasing.
That's what everyone thought at the beginning.
So it kind of would be a decent tease.
Yeah, but to be honest, he already pulled this kind of thing versus Adam Cole, where he said, "Oh, I'll retire if I don't win
Dark Order
the
needs
ROH title."
Dark Order needs a new leader if they're going to continue on, and I don't think any of their existing guys can be that leader. So
it should be Jake the Snake.
I mean,
I'm being flat out. It should be Jake the Snake Roberts. Because Lance Archer can do fucking fine by himself. I'm 100% okay with Lance Archer. Without Jake Roberts, he can talk on his own. They just need a fucking money man on the mic.
Can you trust Jake that much?
You can never trust a snake.
Yeah, you can't trust Crackhead either. So
That's also true. I'll give this match a C+. It is what it is. Was it entertaining? Fuck yeah. It was a really good match, but, I mean, it was just your typical 8-man.
They gave it a B.
Okay.
Next up, something I did see on social media, Moxley returns. And, which, by the way, guys, unfortunately, I only got to see bits and pieces of Dynamite. My house is a zoo. Yes, but Moxley returns and cuts his little promo. What'd you think, bud?
I thought it was good. And he basically just said, hey, I'll catch you down the road.
Well,
which is just classic babyface saying, I'll get my comeuppance against you eventually. I'll find you.
We don't talk politics on the show, but this happened the same night as the
Capitol
overtaking
riots.
of the Capitol by the
idiots.
Insurrectionists.
Yeah, by the idiots.
And I like that Moxley kind of alluded to it without directly saying it, and he basically said something along the lines of the quote was, "I don't like shitty people." God, what was it? It said, "God damn it! I don't like shitty people who do shitty things."
Yeah,
and he was referencing.
I'm sure it's in there.
No, it's not. There's only like 3 paragraphs. But yeah, he referenced it, which was pretty much the way he did it was a pretty clear shot of basically saying like, "Don't be fucking morons and you fucking assholes."
Yeah.
Are you going in?
Yeah.
Be careful. No, be careful when you go in because Ripley's running around.
Okay.
So.
Gotcha. Overall, this segment, I'd give it a solid C+.
Please,
it was a good promo.
Please hurry up because I did not get to see much of this.
Would they give it an A?
They gave it an A. I thought it was solid. I mean, Moxley's back, but I mean, it is not much was really said outside of that. I liked the addressing of obviously the biggest talking point of that night out in the world. Yeah, I thought it was good. B-. I'll be nice to it. I thought it was good. We got some comments here. The Fallen Angel fits the Dark Order. I think so too. I think it makes sense. And Ben, also in the chat, I agree, Lloyd. He would be the best chance for the leader of the Dark Order with this Fallen Angel gimmick. Yeah, I think that makes perfect fucking sense. You guys are fucking the chat is spot on the fucking money here. Daniels has to retire after losing to Kazarian for me. I mean, if anyone's gonna retire Daniels, Kazarian just feels like it'd be it feels like the right fit. But also, this is a new company, and I get to that point totally. Like, it makes sense. Kazarian's awesome, but, like, it's a new company. It's only been around for, like, a year. They need to establish new stars. I think that at this point, they can't have any sort of vanity matches for people retiring. They gotta have the legends go out on their backs, looking at the lights, clean in the middle, to younger stars. I get Kazarian, wanting Kazarian to go to beat Daniels because it just feels kind of right, but what does that really do for the company in the long run? Not much. So I'm with you in spirit, but in my heart, but when I'm using my brain here, I'm gonna be more here for I'm here for him putting over somebody's like a younger talent because they need to have people do that. Lloyd says he's predicting Mox to show up at Hard to Kill and cost the Elite the match. Yeah, I mean, that could happen. Sam, have you guys seen that Matt Stryker and D'Lo Brown are the new commentators for Impact? Thank God. Yes, I did see that. That's fucking great. Me and Lloyd were talking about that, actually, I feel like earlier today or yesterday. I think it was today, because I think that was announced today. Yeah, they're going to be replacing fucking stupid-ass, God, what's his fucking name? Help me out here, Ben and Lloyd. Who the fuck is that asshole who's been fucking doing that shit for a while?
What asshole?
Who's been fucking commentating for Impact who sucks? Madison Rain's fucking husband.
Oh, Josh Matthews.
Yeah, fuck him. He's fucking terrible. The only good thing he ever did was fucking marry fucking Madison Rain. Good on you, buddy. And also the great segments where you got to watch Paul White, or Paul, God damn it, the ref kill himself all the time.
The ref kill himself. I don't know.
Oh my God, what's the old WWE's refs? Something White.
You mean Tim White?
Tim White, when he used to kill himself, and Matt's.
Oh!
Yeah. Mr. White, that doesn't seem like a good idea. That doesn't seem like a good idea. No, fucking, that was, yeah. So I'm very happy. I think D'Lo Brown and Matt Stryker are going to do so much better.
Yeah, at least Matt Stryker will lead D'Lo through it if D'Lo's still pretty green, because I love Matt Stryker.
Mm-hmm. D'Lo's good. Don't know about on commentary, but can't be worse than what you had. Anyway, oh yeah, Josh, no charisma Matthews. Thank you, Lloyd. Ben, I like Josh Matthews and Madison Rain. I like Madison Rain. Josh Matthews, outside of the Tim White shit, I don't give a fuck about. Josh Matthews is now a top producer. I don't care. That's fine. He might be a good producer. He's been in the business for a while, so good on him for that. But I just don't. He's a bad commentator. All right, Wardlow versus Jake Hager.
Wardlow. That's swallowed wrong. Trying to say Wardlow in a deep voice. Once again, big man matches. Yeah, you can only do so much, just like Cross and Priest, but it's two lesser-like guys, but they had the same quality of match. Once again, I would say B-, C+. Wardlow goes over. The younger guy goes over. Wardlow.
Thank God.
But, I mean, it was a stiff match, and there was moments where you thought, okay, Wardlow's going to lose. He has him in the fucking arm triangle on the ground. He's going to tap. It's going to be Wardlow's, first, legit loss. But, yeah, no, he ends up hitting him with that fucking, F10 or whatever the fuck they're calling it. And he wins, and, yeah, that's it. Good for Wardlow. It's a legit win for him.
I love Wardlow.
We all do.
I really love Wardlow. This is awesome that he won. He got a win over, I'm not going to say it's like a superstar, but he got a name over a former WWE guy, which is...
Big name guy, former World Heavyweight Champion.
I mean, WWE fans know who he is, so that means that all wrestling fans know who he is. So yeah. Wardlow got a fucking win over him. Where this puts them, I don't understand because of the whole... Which obviously we didn't watch tonight, so... Where this puts the fucking Inner Circle, because they've been kind of fucking around with this storyline for a while.
Later on, MJF goes into the locker room. We'll skip to that. MJF goes into the locker room, and it's just Jake Hager in the locker room. He says, hey, don't be upset, over the outcome of the match. You guys needed to do this, yada, yada, yada. You guys had to do this to get over you guys' fucking grudge with one another, right? So he's like, this had
friends
to be
who
done. Yeah.
Fight every now and then. You've fought in friends.
Yeah.
One of my best friends.
Almost went to jail for fighting one of my friends.
One of my best friends broke my nose, and I choked him out. So it was good shit. And you know what? We're still best friends. Still best friends to this day. So
there you go. But yeah, so that's how MJF kind of mapped it out to him. Once again, MJF is the one going to the other Inner Circle members in the locker room talking to him.
Oh, because if they have a brain in their head, MJF takes over the fucking Inner Circle.
Yeah.
What would you give it grade-wise?
Grade-wise, C+. It didn't fucking reinvent the wheel, but didn't disappoint me. Once again, I'm not a giant Jake Hager guy, but I'm a big Wardlow guy.
I don't think anybody's a giant Jake Hager guy.
Fucking tell Jim Ross that.
Jim Ross, what, was he a football player in his college days?
Oh, it's just from Oklahoma.
Oh, well, there's that. There you go. It's one or the other. He was a fucking college fucking superstar ball player, or he was from Oklahoma. Yeah. Yeah, Lloyd says Hager's an undefeated MMA fighter and former WWE World Champion, and they're making him look like a moron. Well, yeah, but I mean, like...
Who doesn't look like a moron in AEW?
No, I was gonna...
I thought you were going to go that route.
No, I'm just gonna go with, like, let's be honest, Hager's world title run wasn't super successful. Like, he was a mid-card guy that they gave a shot to be a main event, and he kind of... main eventer, and he really shown himself to be a mid-carder.
He knows the pocket he's in. He's happy getting paid what he's getting paid.
He knows.
He's also happy that he gets to go off a new Bellator.
And they know who he is, too. Because guess why? If they thought he had a potential to be a main eventer, he would have went over.
Yeah.
They see more potential in Wardlow, and I think they see right.
Because in WWE, you think Vince is going to let somebody go fight for Bellator? When's the last time you heard about Bobby Lashley going to Bellator and having a fight?
Brock had to quit to go fight in UFC.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's happy being a two-sport athlete, getting paid in both fucking feds.
Yeah.
But like I said, I said C+. It wasn't a terrible match, and I didn't hate it. Nobody died, as Brett would say.
As Brett would say, yes. The classic Brett here. Calm down, boys. It's all good. Darby Allin and Brian Cage weigh in. What the fuck is this?
It was pretty dumb.
It sounds like it.
It was just a segment to set up their TNT title match for next week. They did a fucking like UFC type weigh-in in the middle of the ring. Shivani was the fucking host of it, the stick man. And he was like, all right, Brian Cage, get on the scale first. And Taz is like, why does Cage gotta get on the scale first? It was kind of fucking dumb. And he's like, does he have to get on the scale first because he's a challenger? And Tony's like, yeah. And he's like, well, maybe you should have said that to begin with, Tony. He's like, I don't care that he goes on first, but fucking make it legitimate. And Tony's like, all right. He's like, can he get on the scale, Taz? And Taz is like, yeah, you can go ahead and get on the scale. 275 pounds in that fucking small ass frame.
How much? Wait, who?
Brian Cage, 275 pounds.
Yeah, that I believe, because he's short, but like built like a fucking brick shit
All
house.
muscle.
What did Darby come in at? Like solid, like 98,
170.
Oh, I think
105 pounds off.
100. I'm going to tell you right now, and you know this. You've were in fucking legitimate sports and had to weigh in and shit. We've seen Darby Allin in person. He don't weigh no 170 pounds.
Yeah, he might be close to it. I would say he's in like the 160, 170 range.
I'm gonna say no, he's not, and that's fine. That's what wrestling does. They always lie up. They always lie up. He's add a couple pounds, add a couple. I mean, according to WWE,
I'm sure Brian
Rey
Cage
Mysterio's my height. No, he's fucking not.
I don't think Brian Cage weighs 275. I think he's maybe like 250. He's not tall enough to be 275 and that muscular.
It's part of the game. They always lie up. That's fine. It's sometimes it's like a little bit like, really? Come on. You expect me to believe that? They gave it a C+.
Yeah. And so Darby weighs in. As soon as he gets off the scale, he fucking snatches the mic from Tony, cuts a promo. He says, all right, now since the fucking fun and dance is over with, let's get to the real reason why we're here and what's really going to happen, because we know it's going to happen. Let's just get this over with. And he drops the mic, picks up his skateboard, spikes it on the ground. And as soon as they move towards him, let's go out. Sting comes out, they retreat, yada, yada, yada.
Which the chat
has... It's a tale as old as time.
Chat has some thoughts here. Ben says, I love how they love to bleep out swear words, but always miss a couple of words. I think those are intentional, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's certain words that they can say and they can't say.
Yeah, they can say shit.
Oh, and trust me, they use that one. Almost as much as South Park did that episode. Then Lloyd says, Taz cuts a decent promo, Starks cuts a good promo, but Darby is shit on the stick. I'll admit that.
No, I thought Darby was fine.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying in general, I think Darby is obviously, well, he's kind of the brooding character. Like,
you don't give him a mic to talk. He's just supposed to be fucking silent. Mm-hmm. So if you don't give him a fucking opportunity to fucking do it,
he can't fuck it up.
Yeah.
And then Ben says, I don't like Sting as it is, but every week I see him with this wispy hair. I can't take him. You are obsessed with his hair, Ben, and that is totally fine with me. Next up, we have the match that was gift around the world. Cody Rhodes versus Matt Sydal.
Oh, yeah.
I did see this fucking match.
Snoop-a-loop.
Woo!
Snoop-a-loop.
Questions. Why did they make him his coach? Why is Snoop the coach?
Well, him and Snoop are both on the Go Big show together.
No. I'm aware of what they're doing in actuality. I'm saying in actuality, they're it's TNT trying to promote the Go Big show. Because remember, I mentioned it earlier. I'm like, I know why. I'm like, this should be a pay-per-view match with a big star. I have no problem with the big star getting involved. That's just wrestling. That's been that way for 30, 40 years. Probably longer than that. When they bring in big stars. No problem with that. And you always just kind of give the big star, like, whatever. That's fine. They did their best. But the reason they didn't do it on a pay-per-view is because they're trying to promote the Go Big show.
Well, let's be honest. Snoop Dogg was supposed to be on commentary when they originally announced them. Mm-hmm. Because everybody was in an uproar over his commentary during the fucking Tyson-Roy Jones fight. But that's pay-per-view. He can say what he wants to say on pay-per-view.
And that was a shit show from the beginning.
Yeah. And you get
nobody
fucking
cared.
cuss and
He
rip
could
it up.
He could have fucking took a piss in a can while smoking a blunt.
And people would have been entertained.
Nobody would have cared.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway. But instead of just being like... Because to me, I feel like you could have made this make...
Cody's song was pretty cool, though.
I feel like you could have made this make a little more sense, though. Instead of being like, hey, Arn... Snoop's got me on this one, bro.
Snoop's got me this week,
Snoop's got me on this
Snoop's
one.
got me this week, brother.
With all his wrestling knowledge, he's got me. You could have just said, and they're friends because they're on the same show, and he's going to show support for his...
Yeah. For his fellow castmate.
Yeah, his fellow castmate, or they're friends because they've been on the show now, blah, blah, blah. It would have made a lot more sense than like, hey.
I got the reins tonight, baby.
I'm going to listen to the SNOOP on this one, all right? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, kind of undersells fucking Matt Sydal.
Kind of undersells Arn. You got 50.
Well, you gotta feel bad for fucking Matt. I don't even get Arn in his corner fucking coaching him. I get a fucking rapper from the 90s. Early 2000s with the East Siders.
I wish that there would have been like there's a fucking like a mic that they didn't fucking have live, but it was just recorded for like years from now. I hope there's just like him being like,
oh, like NFL when you're mic'd up.
like this in years from now, the actual things he was saying to him when it came out, like, I poke him in his eye, like,
sweep the leg,
sweep the leg,
sweep the leg, Cody.
I want to get high. like, come on! It just didn't make any sense. Like, oh, okay, Snoop's the coach.
Well,
Sure.
before we get into this match, an earlier segment in the night, private party, they're celebrating, and then all of a sudden, Mark Quinn puts the gin on the table, and Isaiah's like, well, did you bring the juice? He's like, I thought you were bringing the juice. Snoop Dogg comes out of nowhere, fucking puts the fucking...
See, I just watched the match, so I didn't see
He puts the fucking Crane Apple Ocean Spray with the label ripped off on the table.
They should have got the fucking Ocean Spray guy.
Yeah, dog face 420 or whatever it is.
They should have got him.
Should have got him.
Probably would have did a better splash.
Just fucking skating down to the ring.
Him and fucking Darby just skate off into the fucking distance.
We're on a fucking tear tonight. Yeah, Matt Hardy butts in and fucking makes him sign a contract. He's like, I'm gonna let you guys keep your fucking third parties. He's like, you can keep your cameos and your Twitches. Making fun of WWE. Later in being the elite, he's like, hey, you guys owe me 50% of your cameos. And they're like, what? You said we can keep our cameos. He's like, yeah, you can keep your cameos, but you got to pay me a percentage of them because that's Matt Hardy's new fucking deal.
Well, I hope Matt.
He's like fucking money stockbroker agent man.
Well, I hope Matt fucking lumps in Peter Avalon, so at least Matt gets half the money I gave Peter for that fucking shout out I gave to Brett.
Which there's more birthdays coming up for Brett Richardson.
Okay, so yes.
Overall,
Whoa, no. We are not done fucking talking about
I know.
this. Don't even fucking begin to...
I was just talking about the match. Overall, the match is what it is. It's Matt Sydal and Cody Rhodes. It's a serviceable match. It's entertaining. Both guys can go. It's a C+. Cody goes over. You could have guessed that.
Yeah.
Matt Sydal goes for his fucking shooting star. Cody puts the knees up. He fucking hits him with 2 crossroads, though, which is kind of weird.
He always hits 2 crossroads.
Just hit him with one.
Cody, like, is the number one offender of, I have to do 2 finishers. Like,
make sure he's dead.
But, like, it sort of undervalues your fucking...
Yeah, it says your finisher sucks.
Yeah, like... It's bad. I don't
Unless
like
he's going to be the one that takes the title off Omega. He kicks out the one wing and then he fucking only hits 1 crossroad.
But if it takes 2 to put away Matt Sydal, then it should take 40 to put away Kenny Omega. Like, that's my point. Like,
I get where you're coming from.
I'll be honest. I thought the match was pretty good. It's the only match I saw from beginning to end on this Dynamite. Shit has been going crazy. Whatever. Fine.
Serviceable.
It's serviceable. And I actually didn't think of it being as a problem until I did listen to Cornette today. And Cornette did bring up a good point. Cody's got to stop giving... Cody's a main eventer. He's a star.
Yeah.
Matt Sydal is good. People know him because he's obviously his time in WWE.
He feels like he's giving too much to people below him.
He is. Like, I mean, Matt is good. I like Matt Sydal. I mean, but he is a mid-carder. Well, he's always been a mid-carder and probably always will be. And you got fucking Cody, like, giving him everything. And it's like... Great for Matt, because Matt's going to be like, yeah, I went the distance with Cody, but it doesn't do anything for Cody, and Cody's the one who got the money in.
Once his dad gave up the book in WCW, I mean, Ric Flair was going out, and he would have serviceable matches with some jobbers for like 10 minutes. He should have only been in there with them for 4. Same thing with Arn Anderson. He's going out there having 10-minute matches with some fucking jobbers.
They were also old at that point, though.
No, well, Arn Anderson looked old, okay? He wasn't that old. He was probably like his late 30s at that point in time in the early 90s.
You're talking about early... I thought you were talking about like... I thought you were talking about like Crazy Rick in his underwear in the Insane Asylum era.
No. I'm talking... When Dusty gave up the book and he went to WWE to wear polka dots.
How good was that Crazy Rick in his underwear? I love that shit.
It was great.
So fucking dumb, but it's so funny.
But there was always the complaints of, the NWA has too long of matches with people that nobody knows against their stars. And what they were trying to do was give rub to people so maybe they can make new stars. But people liked six guys, and they wanted to just see those 6 guys win. And that was a knock. So I feel like this is Cody being like, well, you got to give people some rub so that way they stay relevant, yada, yada, yada. But he did really well by Eddie Kingston. He did well by Warhorse, but they didn't fucking bring him back. I don't know why.
And then, because they shit all over it with Matt fucking douchebag Zack Ryder, whatever his real fucking name is.
Oh, yeah, that is true. And he did extremely well with fucking Darby.
Yeah, no.
You want to talk about creating a star? Cody created Darby.
No, and Darby is a guy you should be elevating. Darby is a star. Matt's, and I'm sure he knows it, Matt is a mid-carder. Yeah. He's a mid-carder in any company he's in. He was a mid-carder in WWE. He's a mid-carder in Impact. He's not going to all of a sudden be a fucking superstar in fucking AEW. He's a mid-carder. That's what he is. He's a solid mid-carder. Yeah. Great mid-carder. But maybe not give as much. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. By the way, in the chat, we said Ben said they should have elevated it by having another rapper in fucking Sydal's. He said,
Matt Caster should have came.
Well, he said it should have been Fat Joe or Busta Rhymes, but then he doubles down on it and says actually ICP would be better because they love pot, and Matt loves pot.
And they could have been in every major promotion then. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming.
Lloyd says Rick could wrestle a broomstick and make it look good. Yeah, obviously Rick could do that, yeah. And obviously he continued to do it well after the crazy underwear days because he had some pretty goddamn good matches in WWE later on. Undertaker, Shawn Michaels.
He had like a 4-year period where he was from like late 97 to like 2001, Ric Flair he just seemed like he was checked out. He didn't give a shit.
Well, I mean, that is sort of, well, about 99 to 2001 was the downfall of WCW. And then that's also when Rick has said he lost his confidence and didn't feel like a star anymore. And then that was Taker who was like, get the fuck up. You're Ric fucking Flair. You're a star.
Which is probably my favorite Undertaker WrestleMania match.
It's a good one.
Yeah, overall, the match, C+, serviceable. 2 guys that can go in the ring. But what everyone's talking about in the wrestling community, post-match, Dr. Luther and fucking Serpentico.
Everybody's favorite nothings.
Come in the ring, which is what you want, because, I mean, you don't want to... Are you really going to set up an angle from this? No. Serpentico and Dr. Luther slide in. They start beating the shit out of Cody. Fucking... Matt Sydal gets up, starts fucking helping Cody. They get fucking Dr. Luther out of the ring. And then Snoop's like, let me help you guys out. Let me do a fucking splash from the top rope in my fucking PF Flyers.
Yeah, I'm looking this up, by the way. I need to look this up.
What? The splash?
Well, I'm sorry. No, I was looking at how old Snoop is, because Snoop is... He looks... Well,
Siri,
he's
how old
49.
is Snoop Dogg?
He's 49.
Snoop Dogg is 49 years old.
If you had told me he was 56, I would have believed it. But, and I'm not knocking him for doing it. First of all, I think AEW is stupid for having him do the splash. He could have done... I know Snoop's a wrestling fan.
You could have just punched somebody.
He could have punched somebody. He could have did a stunner that anybody can do. He could have done any...
A clothesline.
Any fucking...
Well, I think he did a clothesline in WWE and it looked fucking retarded.
Oh, it's not going to look good. I'm just saying it would be more believable. Like... You could have done a move that is pretty easy. I mean, stunner is pretty goddamn easy. You fall
Clothesline, pretty easy.
Fall to your ass and just let the guy sell it. Like, whatever. For whatever reason, whoever suggested it, in my head, I feel like...
Go big, bro!
I feel like Snoop...
It's a go big
I
show.
100% feel like it was Snoop like, I want to jump off that thing. And it was like... And they were
Can
like...
I jump off the top, bro?
No, I did it. I want to jump off the
top turnbuckle.
turnbuckle. And I feel like they were like... Well, you're fucking Snoop Dogg, and you're on our show. You do whatever you want. You want to go out there and fart on a fucking drum? We'll fucking let you do it. Like, if you're on our fucking show, we don't care. So they let him get up there, and he goes for the splash, and then he gets up there and he gets
he like hesitates. He like gets scared.
Well, he gets scared, and then he goes. Bring him closer. So now he does the shortest splash ever, where he lands 100% on his feet and just falls over, which is like so not cool, because now he's just sitting there pinning him with his ass up in the air, like it's like it looked so bad. I can't.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, I was so entertained. I mean, I'm not gonna knock it for it. It's fucking great. It's the most entertaining thing that happened on the. I'm going to talk about... I'll remember that far long after I forget the Rhea Ripley fucking... My favorite match of the week. I'll remember that forever.
There's so many memes of it, too, already.
It was so...
Sasha Banks' cousin even went out on social media. It was like, cousin.
You see, Sasha Banks put up something, I believe.
Yeah,
Where she said, cuz, we got to talk about this. Like, what the fuck?
We got to work on that splash.
What the fuck is that? Oh, it was so funny. I know you've seen it as a wrestling fan.
Which I wonder if fucking Vince got pissed. Because Sasha was like, Snoop, we got to work on that
What about
splash.
Finn talking about AEW on Twitter?
What did Finn talk about?
I sent you the fucking thing.
Oh,
Finn said, watch out.
That was from 2013. Did you not read the fucking date?
I don't care either way. Well, oh, no, I didn't read the date.
Got to read the date. Because
Okay,
he probably took him out in fucking New Japan at that point.
That wasn't Finn either way. That was some other random guy on the top rope. Whatever. Either way, fucking so funny. It's it's probably not the worst splash in the history of time.
It's one of them.
I'm sure there's some indie guy who fucked it up way worse than that. I'm sure. But I gotta say, the worst splash probably on national television.
Yeah, June 8th, 2013.
Well, fucking great.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, I can't talk about it without saying something that will be taken as offensive, even though I don't mean it that way. But yes, it's the funniest fucking thing that happened in wrestling in a long time. It's the worst splash. But it's fucking golden. I mean, like, they knew what they were gonna get. Like, he wasn't gonna hit a fucking 5-star Eddie Guerrero fucking. all they
Showing
wanted
for an elbow drop.
All they wanted, well, he should have not been on the top rope. He's 49, weighs 86 pounds.
51.
Or, no, he's 49.
Oh, 49? Okay.
51 was, we looked somebody else. Matthew Connie. Yes. He's 49, he weighs 90 pounds, and has absolutely no muscle mass or athleticism to him at all. Who could have pictured that he was going to fuck it up? Whatever. So funny.
He went big. He went big. He go
so
big.
Fucking funny. Quite enjoyed it. I mean,
that part A+.
A fucking plus for that. So stupid and fun. I can't knock it. It's a celebrity getting involved. Snoop Dogg by being. Oh, you know what the worst part is? I just thought of it. I know that both NXT and Dynamite actually had record fucking lows this week because
the capital
shit. It sucks that for them they got Snoop Dogg, who again, if he had just gone out there and fucking banged down a fucking drum, people would have been like, "It's Snoop Dogg!" Probably would have helped their ratings out a lot. Except like a massive fucking, literally like history changing thing happened. So. I guess fuck you, Snoop. No one saw your awesome fucking splash. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see the chat here. Chat. Oh wow, we got a lot. Oh, this brought up a lot. All right, poor Serpentico. Cody is involved in too many angles at once. Snoop Dogg looks older than Willie Nelson. He was on the canvas for about 3 minutes before Snoop hit the splash, quote unquote, or as I called it, the flop. I wanted Snoop to do the Harlem Hangover. I don't think Snoop could do the Harlem Hangover. He can't do a splash.
Not happening.
The worst part was when he stood up and looked so proud of that splash. He sold it. He sold it. But he probably also was.
He was probably also really fucking high too.
It's Snoop.
Like, yeah.
Every time he does anything, people are always like, "You fucking killed it." So he's probably not used to like people being like, "That sucked." Yeah. So he's probably like, "I fucking did it, right? Everything I do is great."
So here's a Snoop story. I saw him at Riot Fest a few years ago. He only performed for 15 minutes. He only performed for 15 minutes because he was 45 fucking minutes late to his start time. The stage was fucking cleared.
Eric Bischoff has said it is his least favorite person he ever worked with in the entire history of wrestling was Snoop Dogg. He said Snoop Dogg was a prima donna, asshole, basically just caused problems the entire time.
Well, so we're at Riot Fest in Chicago, Illinois. He was supposed to come on at like 5:30 or 6:30 or something. It was later in the afternoon, and we're waiting. Riot Fest staff comes out saying, "Oh, Snoop's getting ready to perform. We're gonna bring him out. Yada yada yada." I felt like Snoop felt like he's Snoop Dogg. He can come out there, go on at whatever time he wants to, end at whatever time he wants to, and he'd be fine. Riot said, "Fuck you." Riot Fest said, "Fuck you. You're performing for 15 minutes. We have another band booked for this stage at this time. But you're getting the fuck off."
You want to know why Snoop don't care, though?
Because he got paid?
I guarantee he got paid his full amount.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because his lawyers are better. Okay. We're all giving the A+ to the Splash.
Yeah.
The match itself.
Splash heard around the world.
Splash itself.
I said match itself. C+. It was a serviceable match.
I'll go C+.
Two guys that can work together.
I'll go C+.
Like I said, NXT was a better show this week.
Definitely.
Oh, you're an AEW homer. No, I can admit when stuff is better than other stuff.
Oof. I'm going to guess this one didn't go so
What's
good.
that?
Well, the next match, which I didn't see.
Oh, so Sheeta versus...
Based upon the grade here, I'm going to say they didn't do so well. AEW Women's Championship match. Akira Sheeta versus Abaddon. Abaddon's first big match. What happened?
It wasn't much of anything.
They did the neck spot again, didn't they?
They were going for it. Excuse me. So, Abaddon comes out first. Sheeta beats her to the ring. Fucking cracks her in the head with the kendo stick. And Tony Schiavone's like, "Oh my god! She just fucking killed her before the match!" Sheeta gets into the ring, and then Abaddon sits up like the Undertaker, and Tony Schiavone, God bless his heart, sold the shit out of that for Abaddon. Abaddon gets in. They start brawling. They ring the bell. She's going to try to bite her neck again, but she can't. Ipso facto, wasn't a great fucking match at all. Sheeta goes over, hits her with the fucking Shining Wizard. 1, 2, 3.
What would you give it?
D+, nobody died. The classic Brett.
They gave it a C, but you know how Bleacher Report, they like to give it a little... I figured it was going to be in the D range if they gave it a C. All right, next up. The first 5-star match from Mr. David Fuck Me in the Ass Melter.
For AEW this year.
Yeah. First North American match, 5-star. It is the AEW World Championship match between Rey Fenix and Kenny Omega. I can't say
this match was really
and
good.
I can't say anything because I didn't see it. I have to imagine this match would be good.
This was Rey Fenix's best match in AEW.
I love Rey Fenix. I think Kenny Omega in the ring is very good. I don't like his persona, but I'm guessing from bell to bell, I would imagine this would be a very good match.
JR was actually very good for this match as well. And I was surprised because normally...
Because he had a picture book. One was Rey Fenix with the mask on, and one was Kenny Omega without the mask on. And he was like, I got this! I got it!
I can understand who these people are in the ring! Go me! But he didn't seem checked out. And he was actually shoving in to fucking Chris Jericho with his big mouth and even Excalibur. And to me, there's 4 people and everyone's fucking fighting for the mic, which was too much.
Question.
And I hated it a little bit.
Do you think that JR maybe did that because he's a little bit butthurt because Announcer of the Year was awarded by, I believe, was it Sports Illustrated or was it PWI? I don't remember which one. One of them announced their Announcer of the Year. And it was Tony fucking Schiavone.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Well, I was going to say PWI awards for next week because not all of them came out, but like they.
I don't remember which one it was. It was either PWI or it was Sports Illustrated, but one of the two, the two, let's be honest, gave. They don't do top 5 and that shit. They just do for the.
And how did they give it to Tony? Tony barely talks
because he's fucking Tony Schiavone and he's a goddamn treasure.
Tony fucking Schiavone.
He's a fucking goddamn treasure.
I don't know how Morrow didn't win it because he still fucking participated for half the year. And half a year for fucking Morrow.
Fuck him, Tony Schiavone wins, okay? That's all I want.
Better than most. But, yeah, I mean, maybe JR was like, no, this is the main event. I need to be fucking talking more.
He probably can see the talent, too. Like, he may not like Kenny. I'm guessing he doesn't probably like Kenny's persona. But he probably recognizes the overness that he is, and his in-ring work is good.
Well, Kenny is a heel. It's way better than Kenny. Babyface Kenny.
100%. Yes, it is better, and probably more.
Because everybody hates Kenny, so it's easy to fucking just dislike him as it is.
It's more more to work with, and then as well, he probably can see that Rey Fenix is. I won't say he's Rey Mysterio, but he is the closest thing AEW has to Rey Mysterio.
2 years ago, I thought he was fucking top 5 in the world.
And shit has taken a little bit of a downturn. But you could still probably look at him, if you're in AEW looking at your roster, you could probably, if you're JR, look at Phoenix and go, like, it's the closest we're getting to fucking Rey Mysterio. Like, that's still a star. Yeah. That's a star that I can help make. He's not there yet, but I can help make him by actually trying.
So... Tony didn't really fucking get involved in this match. It was basically Jericho, Excalibur, and JR. And I was actually very happy for JR in this match with his commentary. He didn't seem fucking checked out for once. Overall, though, this match was fucking bonkers. You have 2 of the most athletic wrestlers in the fucking world, so you can just imagine what they fucking did. Everybody's in an uproar over the German suplex spot. So, Rey Fenix whips Kenny into the turnbuckle, chest first. Rey comes charging in. Kenny reverses. Rey reverses. Hops up on the middle rope. Kenny charges him. Rey leaps up and over him, flipping over Kenny. Grabs him by the waist while he's doing it. And German suplex him. One of the most fucking outrageous sequences in a pro wrestling match I've ever seen. Ray Phoenix tries to pay homage to Eddie. Takes a little bit too much time, which is okay. The commentators sold it well. Yeah. He's fucking doing the fucking Eddie on the middle. And then he hops up to the top rope. He does the Eddie again. He goes for the fucking 5-star. Kenny puts up the knees. And Ray Phoenix selling from the knees was great too. Immediately he spits as soon as he hits the knees. He's drooling from after hitting the knees. And then there's the quarter sequence right after that where he goes to like flip off. Kenny catches him, hits him with a fucking Tiger Driver 97. That is a great kick out sequence. I can get where people are like, well, he did fucking 5 V triggers. Well, the V triggers finish off fucking simpletons and fucking nobodies. They don't finish off main event caliber guys like Ray Phoenix. So you have to hit them with more than one. And plus, there were spots in this match where I thought Ray Phoenix had a legit shot to win. He hit him with greetings from Asbury Park, but before he fucking dropped him in it, he fucking had him on the shoulder, lifted a knee and fucking kneed him in the head, and then dropped him in it. Got a 2 count. It was a great pin, by the way, too, where he fucking overhooked him, and that's where Kenny kind of fucking slipped out of it. So really good storytelling in this match. Cyrus the Virus didn't really get involved too much. Maybe a little bit when fucking Ray Phoenix rolled out of the ring. He was on the ramp and he was getting in fucking Cyrus's face. He was just fucking jawing with down a little bit too much to distract him from Kenny. But he still fucking did the running, jump onto the middle rope, up and over into a cutter. This match was a spectacle. Wasn't a fucking psychology match where he fucking puts him in a headlock for fucking 10 minutes and they're working the fucking body part over and over again. Not really. Kenny was working his fucking back and his fucking stomach, for the One Wing Angel. But overall, it was good action back and forth. I'd easily give this match an A-. It was my favorite match of the week. Would I have given it 5 stars like fucking Dave Meltzer? No. Would I have given it 4 stars? Sure. 4.5 stars? Maybe. That's where it's pushing it. But Meltzer gave it 5 stars. Jericho was ranting and raving about the match during the match, which, he's supposed to. It's a company that he fucking works for. So, Kenny goes over, hits the One Wing Angel. Don Callis comes in with the mic. They're talking shit to Ray Phoenix. They're saying, hey, where are your friends at? Why aren't they coming down to help you? They pan back to the screen. Eddie Kingston and the Butcher and the Blade have taken out Pentagon and Pac. They've taken him out. He's like, oh, man, this is a really unsafe work environment for you, Kenny. Maybe we should get out of here. Or, do you know what? Why don't you just One Wing Angel him into oblivion and end his career right now? And then that's when Jon Moxley runs out with the fucking barbed wire baseball bat. Fucking cracks Kenny with the barbed wire baseball bat. So he starts going to town with the bat onto Kenny. And then the Good Brothers roll in out of nowhere. Unexpected. Kind of expected. Because they have a working relation with Impact, and Tony Khan says, send whoever you want to my company. I don't care. Good Brothers come in. They start doing a number on Jon Moxley. Then the Young Bucks run down to the ring, and they're like, what the fuck are you guys doing? What are you guys doing, huh? What is this? And then here comes some jabronis. They eat some super kicks. They all too sweet in the middle of the ring at the end of the night. Most talked about thing on the internet this week for pro wrestling. Rightfully so. Like I said, Don Callis, Kenny Omega, rewriting history. Good shit. Like I gave the match an A minus. Was it 5 stars? No. Was it 4? Yeah. Was it 4.5? Maybe. Was it 5? No. It wasn't my favorite Kenny Omega match. I'll tell you that much.
An A was given by Bleacher Report. The chat really seemed to like it. You go into the bathroom?
Yep.
Okay, I was going to end the show right now.
Oh, all right. I'll hold it.
Because of that. Anyway, so that is the end of the show here. Sorry we went on so late. We had some technical difficulties. My dog's losing his mind in the other room. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking us out. Like, rate, subscribe, share. We'll be back at you next week. We'll see you then.
Sweet.
Bye.